Good morning, happy Saturday. I know that some of you guys were waiting for me to come on live yesterday. Was busy, I had to take my grandfather to the airport, and then I got busy doing other things, so I was gonna go live last night, but then by the time that I got to it, made up my mind, it was too late. So today, hopefully the reception doesn't break up too bad, but I am going up to a cabin, spend the weekend over there. My man, I see you, brother. And I'm not gonna have any reception. Maybe I can walk to a certain spot and get some reception, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll do a live this weekend there. But I'm not gonna have reception there. So just so you guys know, that's what we're doing. Scott Barron, how are you doing, eh? Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm bringing my Cougar hat, Washington State Cougars. I was a big fan of the Washington State Cougars, and it's funny because the only scholarship that I was ever offered was for the University of Washington, and that one I blew up my senior year. My GPA just dropped so much, and so I didn't really qualify for it anymore. But it was nice that they offered it. Candy, good morning. Richard, good morning. If I don't catch your name, forgive me for that. I'm driving, so I can't read on my phone. Both hands on the steering wheel. It's gotta be there. It's gotta be there. Yeah, I missed going live yesterday. I created a simple background for my green screen in the back, and I thought it looked okay. It looked okay. Now, there was a guy. Who was it? Was it Sticks? I owe somebody some information, and I'm glad that I don't think I gave that information when I was asked about Candace Owens, and I'm glad I didn't give it. But I'm gonna tell you something. You guys already know how I feel about Candace Owens. I think the girl, she's very smart, but she's not very wise. I always keep telling people that, you're very smart, but you're just not wise. And sometimes myself, I'm not wise. Sometimes I make foolish decisions. I don't like fucking people playing around with me. You know what I mean? There's a time for everything. Tyler, how are you? Brian, why? Good morning, guys. Good morning. No makeup today, no hat. Makes a lot of the libtards happy. They get to see the bald head and all that stuff that they want to see. These people, man. Good to be alive. Good to be alive. Docito, good morning, sir. Oh man, she got destroyed, and I don't worry. I clip it. I clipped it. I will. I think I'll make my own short about it. Kind of short. I'm gonna try to keep it under 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna make a clip about it. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. We just keep proving right. We just continue to be proven right. So I'm gonna tell you what. I'll tell you what. You guys go ahead and chat on there, and then I'll drive. Okay. I'll try not to look at the phone too much. One of the things that I have been filling around in my head is, on my live, I think it was Sticks that asked me about Candace Owens, and I said I was going to talk about it, but I don't remember if I did talk about it. I will tell you this: Candace Owens got owned. She got cooked, and she wasn't doing too bad. Now the whole thing is about 4 hours, just so you know. And yes, I sat through there. I just skipped the commercials. What's up, mister? And I was listening to her, and the argument, I believe, the argument that that was being made is that she is making these claims, just like a lot of other influencers out there that have been grifting, off of Charlie Kirk's death. I don't do that stuff. I will I will talk about this. I'm telling you, I'm giving her too much time, too much of my attention, and she doesn't deserve it. But the whole point is like you're going out there, you're exposing yourself as this amazing Sherlock Holmes. Got all this investigation and this investigation timeline with facts and truth and all these things. And I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. Even the judges know, lawyers know, investigators know. If you have no actual proof, I know there's it will be a bad reception. If there's no actual proof, no proof evidence, concrete evidence, you can't state something as a fact. You can't state something as a fact. I don't know, maybe I'll wait. How's the reception? Reception is pretty weak over here. Let me monitor my phone so I know I'm not talking to myself here. There is some dead spots on the freeway. There are some dead spots on the freeway. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you lose me, it's okay. I'm on my way to get to take the ferry right now, so I'm not sure what time the next one's gonna be leaving. We might be there for a little bit, so I'm gonna be live until I got no reception. Okay. All right. So, anyways, what I'm saying is that nobody, and this is one thing that I always tell people: if you have no concrete evidence, really a thing that bugs me, and I get triggered. I do. I get triggered if something is not right. I explode. No doubt. And so I always tell people, don't tell me, for example, Trump's a pedophile. Okay, prove it. Oh, he's mentioned in the Epstein files. Okay, that is not proving it. You're making accusations. If I tell you something is, it's because it is. And there is proof behind it. So, I'm listening to her. And I watch Candace Owens a little bit here and there, right, on her channel. And I'm like, what the hell happened to this woman? She is not the Candace Owens that I know, like that I've seen. That and what's funny is that she tried to use a tactic that made her famous in a court hearing against the tricky, sleazy traitor Ted Lieu from the Democratic Party. She tried to bring that same argument, and I was just like, okay, Candace, it's not going to work this time. That only works if you are right. But she was wrong. She got cooked. She got, what's the guy's name? He mopped the floor with her. Something, Andrews, I think. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the guy. I've seen some clips of him, but, sometimes he's good. And I'm just like, bro, this is the most wasted $300,000 that anybody can do. And I can tell you that the guy has ADHD as I do. The guy's foot could not stop shaking, man. That guy's foot cannot stop shaking. But anyways, I'm looking at, yeah, you're right, my man. I look at her and I'm like, this is not the Candace Owens that we know. Andrew, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. And this is not the Candace Owens that we know. She's still smart. She's not stupid. She's still smart, but she's not wise with how she's using her information. And so I made a comment on there. If you guys go and dig through all the comments, you will see my comments on there. I posted the time frame of what my argument was on there. And, all of the shorts and all of the videos that she makes now, it's like she's witchcraft. Listen, I don't care what issue she had with Ben Shapiro. I'm going to tell you right now. You guys know that I support Israel. 100%. I do, 100%. But I do know the Israeli people, not all of them are nice. There's a lot of assholes there. There's a lot of bad people. I mean, let's face it. They sold out, even though it was God's plan for Jesus Christ to be crucified. The fact is that the point was made that the Jews sold them. I'm sorry, let me turn my phone down. It was proven that the Jews sold them out to the Romans. They spat on him. That is something that I've always known all my life, that Jews spit on people like the albaca. People think that I think that Israel is the holiest people. No, the people, they suck. There's a lot of people in Israel, they suck. But I still support them. I still love Israel. People will never know what that means. And I'm not here to explain it. But what I am here to tell you is that ever since she had that fallout, it's crazy. Ever since she had that fallout with Ben Shapiro, she is so against every theory that has to do with Israel. And she lost it, man. It's like she sold her soul to the devil. It's like she sold herself. You know, she be acting like, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to be funny, but it just makes it look like she's been witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not bad because she turned on Ben Shapiro. I mean, Ben Shapiro was an asshole. I heard what he said at the party, at a wedding or some shit like that he was doing. He is an asshole. As a matter of fact, the one Israeli boy that I met in 7th grade, when I said how great Israel was, he flipped me off. He said, fuck Israel. And this is an Israeli guy. This is supposed to be a Jew. Look at Chuck Schumer. He's a Jew. He's a traitor. Like, bro, there's not much good things to say, to be honest, about Israel, except that God has something for them. And I don't know. Here, I love Israel, but I know that there's a lot of people in Israel that are not going to heaven. I'll tell you that right now. But anyways, you know, it's Candace Owens. The biggest mistake that she makes is that she goes around and she says, oh, my source tells me. We have been doing some great digging and investigations. And we know that Israel and France were involved. They killed Charlie Kirk. What? What are you talking about? You got hardcore evidence, proof. And then she says, Andrew puts her on the spot. You guys can look this up. I think it was at 2 hours and 57 minutes, I think it was at 2 hours and 57 minutes. They show a clip. And then she says, what is the words? What is the exact words that she says? She says, oh my God, what is the word? I even looked up the meaning to make sure that I am not wrong about this. I even looked up the meaning. What did she say? I am something absolutely, no, oh yeah, here we go. Without a doubt, I think, or something like that. She said, I know that they did, right? She makes a claim. Now, it's no longer an opinion. She says, without a doubt, or something like that. Somebody look it up right now real quick, if you can. You know what? Let me see. I think I don't need my phone to watch this, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. Once I get to the parking over there, when I wait for the ferry, I'm gonna look it up on my other phone so that I can speak to it. Okay. But anyways, the point is that she makes a statement saying that she's been doing all these investigations, and you know, she's putting a timeline out there, and she's you know, hey Mohammed, how are you? Salam alaikum, as you guys like to say. You know, She goes out there, makes this timeline, all these investigations. My sources tell me, and oh, here's a video unedited. Oh yeah, it was edited. Untouched. Oh yeah, it was touched. Unaltered. Oh, it was altered. You know, and she goes around and she says, "Oh, we made a lie. You know, this and that, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, you made a claim. You said you have proof. You said you have proof. You're gonna prove the world in this debate that everything you said, you will not take back, you will not retract, you stand on your word, you stand on everything you say." But then it turns out that when she says, without a doubt, there's a word, what's the word? Somebody can look it up. There's a word that she used, I can't think of it right now, doggone it. But what the word means, that the way that she said it, what it means is that she is convinced. There is proof. There is no maybe. No. It is. It's a fact. It is. You know what I'm saying? Something solid. Yeah, I know that the reception is a little bit bad, but the audio should be okay, I think. Yeah. Well, overwhelming evidence. Yeah, but she says something about. She says she made a claim, right? Without a doubt, Israel killed Charlie Kirk or something like that. And then when Andrew tells her, wait, you just made a claim. Prove that claim. And she's like, it's just my opinion. Well, you can't say it's your opinion if you're making a claim. You can say, I think. I think that might have killed them. You can say that. But when you make a claim that they did, that's no longer an opinion. Now you're making a statement. You're making a factual statement. And that's where she messed up. Oh boy. This is going to be a long-ass ferry line. All right. That's okay. It gives me more time to be with you guys. All right, let me go ahead and look up the video real quick. Let me look up video so that we can see this. Let's see. I hope I can find it. Candace Owens got owned. BBD. I'll see if I can find the whole live here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let me try to go to the stamp. I know reception is kind of shitty, it looks like, but what I said, 257, I think I said. Let's see if that's right. Let me see. my other phone is over here, just like.
Who's in the bigger girl boss position than you?
Yeah, I'm actually no.
You're in the biggest of the girl boss positions. Like, you don't have to do this. You just.
Let me look up at the comments and see what this timestamp is. I'm gonna look for my little yellow circle. A lot of people, man. There's like over 1 million people watching this thing already. But yeah, I wasn't going to watch it, but I was like, you know what? I got to be able to say something about it. In case one of you guys ask me again, then I got some information. I'm looking it up. I'm parked. Now we're waiting for the ferry. Man, that's a lot of comments on here. Let me see if I can scroll through. Sometimes it doesn't let me.
You sit up there and say, Yes, I 100% believe Tyler Robinson did it. That right there is why it is impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit somehow. Because what?
Those two thoughts actually don't even follow. How would it be the case?
So let me see if I can play this again. This is what she gets in trouble. If you ever watch it, it's, you know, she knows she fucked up. That is that clear. She's looking at the video like, oh shit, yeah, I did mess up on that, and then she tries to defend her point. But listen to this. Listen, there is a difference on saying, well, you know, I think that this happened, and another is to claim this is it. You know what I'm saying?
100%
per year.
Yeah, per year. If that's something you want to
Yeah, but what was
Your team wants to play video, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
There's a video they want to play of Candace said it's impossible to not believe Erica's complicit. If you guys want to play that video.
That's also just asking. And so right now, their guys are going out and they're going to look for evidence. And then by May, which is fortunately around the corner, then she'll see what they found. So what the F is that performance? How could you sit up there and say, yes, I 100% believe Tyler Robinson did it? That right there is why it is impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit.
Because she says that Erica Kirk says that, you know, she believes that Tyler Robinson is the murderer, right? That he's the killer. Okay. She says that right there is what makes her complicit. That's why I think that she has something to do with it. Well, number one, you can make the accusation. That's fine. But the problem is, and listen, and I haven't been following. I haven't been following this Tyler Robinson shit. But I can tell you a few things that I know. The father turned him in. The father said that Tyler Robinson confessed that he killed him and that he was suicidal because of it. Now, Candace Owens claims that she's been following this very carefully and that she's been digging through all of this information herself. And I'm okay, fantastic. Well, let's prove it. Let's find out. Let's make sure. Because you're making some claims that some insider information was leaked. Some information, that's what she makes it sound like. And this is the problem, that she doesn't want to disclose her sources, her source, her anonymous source. But she wants to go on and make these claims. See, that right there, my friends, is the problem. You can't make that claim. You can't accuse somebody. You can always say, I believe something's going on. But you can't just make a claim and then just say it's just an opinion. Tyler Robinson himself already confessed that he killed him. And he was suicidal because he felt regret and guilt. He said it himself. So I don't know why she keeps making this claim and trying to pretend like, you know, Erica has everything to do with it. Why? Because why? Are you jealous? Oh, look, Jay. Are you jealous that Erica ended up with him? Is that, I mean, I can make theories as well. You seem to be very happy with the white man. See, the black woman that likes white men. She seemed to be very happy with Charlie Kirk. And when a white woman ends up with him, a beautiful white woman ends up with him, makes beautiful children, makes it sound to me like Candace Owens might just be jealous of Erica. Yeah. Reminds me of Will Smith's wife for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Uncle Earth. That's funny. That's funny. Look it up, son. Look it up, Jay. Look it up. He confessed that himself. It has been very... What are you Candace Owens fan? Oh, my bad. My bad. No, he confessed it. He said it. He said it. Just like the guy, Luigi Mandiani, or whatever his name is. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. You know the guy. You know the guy. Luigi something. Let me look it up. Let me see if let's look up some. Let's do some research here. Let's do some research. Let's do some research. Let me go ahead and ask a question here, man. I thought that he confessed. I'm going to go ahead and retract here just for you guys, just to give you the benefit of that, okay? Here we go. Oh, man. The retardness never ceases to amaze me from the libtards. Let's see. Tyler Robinson. Confessed. Let's see what they say. I think the fathers say that Tyler Robinson confessed to him, right? That's the call. And let's see what it says here. It says, so this is AI. It says Tyler Robertson did not confess in open court by entering a formal guilty plea. But prosecutors have introduced multiple handwritten, digital, and verbal confessions. So he did confess. All right. All right, Robinson, 20, he's 23 years old, is charged of aggravated murder, conspiracies, and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? The main point that we're concentrating on is murder. That's what we care about. So let's go ahead and see how she reacts to her own video.
What? Those two thoughts actually don't even follow. How would it be the case that even if Erica Kirk did believe that Tyler Robinson was 100% responsible for the death of Charlie Kirk, let's just say she believed it with every fiber of her being, believed all because she did. She just actually did. Would it then follow that somehow she's complicit in his death?
I didn't say implicit in death. You added those two words.
Okay, so what's she complicit in?
Yes, so sowing this narrative that Tyler Robinson is guilty. So you're chopping up clips. Like I said, you didn't have the confidence in
Well,
the
tell me,
debate, so
what does
now you're
that mean?
chopping
What
it
does
up.
complicit mean?
We are showing a clip of her on Barry Weiss, which I can't remember the date that she did that interview. And Erica, when she is asked, "Are you one? Do you feel with 100% certainty that Tyler Robinson did this?" And she says, "I do." Then, again, context matters. I sit down
I like how we have lawyers. We have lawyers in the chat.
with Erica for 4 hours under the assumption that she had some evidence, right? Like I'm like, this is why I did not engage in any like Erica, everyone's questioning what she's wearing and all this stuff. I was like, I'm going to wait here because I don't know, just it feels weird to think that, did I think that some of her mannerisms were weird and stuff like that? Yeah, but that's not, you can't convict somebody on weird mannerisms. And then when I sat down with her and I was expecting for her to.
But she just said that she believes that Erica was complicit with it. Like she has something to do with it. And Andrew is just asking her, okay, you're saying that this is just like, a gotcha clip or whatever it is that she's calling it. Explain it. Explain it. If you clip a video of me saying something like, oh, the retards, everybody on the left are the retards, all the men have pussies on the left, all the socialist Democrats have manginas. Okay, clip that. And then you can go ahead and play that when you want to debate me and trying to get me on that gotcha moment. I'll explain to you why I say those things. Don't get mad at me for speaking the truth. But after all, do I not have the right to my own opinion? Because if you're a Candace Owens, fan, well, she lied her ass off on this video. Listen, you have been grifted by Candace Owens. You're a fool. You're a fool for being a fan of a woman who is smart, but something went wrong with her. I don't know if it was the Myrna shot. I don't know if it was the Pfizer shot, some sort of shot made her go crazy. She's very smart and she got all of that. But something flipped. She is not the Candace Owens that we know. I'll refresh you guys a little moment when she became famous. This is what made her famous. Let me make a point, and let me make it clear. It wasn't Turning Point USA. It wasn't The Wire with Ben Shapiro. It wasn't because of her smart talks and public debates and all this other. That's not what made her famous. The one thing that made Candace Owens famous was the hearing. When dumbass Ted Lieu played a gotcha video, edited clip, trying to make it sound like she's a racist Nazi, and that Candace Owens is a Nazi, Adolf Hitler follower. And she says, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. I mean, it's so famous, I still remember that she said it that way. And then she had to fight 2 white women, trying to make her sound like she's the black woman, but she's the racist. That's what made her famous. And I think that the way that she argued in the hearing, I thought it was very smart. That put her in the map for me. It put her in the map for me. So, let's get back to it. I think that she is just jealous of Erica Kirk. It looked in the videos that she says, I had a great friendship with him. Yeah, we know the kind of friendship you want. She seems so close with him. Some people might think that she even had a relationship with him, right? And so you gotta watch all these things. Remember what I always tell you guys, use your critical thinking, try to put A and B together and see what what else is out there. I love hearing theories, but that's all there will ever be. Theories. Until we have something concrete, proof, evidence. Then we can go ahead and make that claim. What do I always tell you on immigration? I got proof, I got evidence. I am a migrant. I know what they do. What do I tell you about socialism and communism? I know it. I study it. We have lived it. And we have historical documents, and we even got present history right now. I know, present history in the making. To show you the facts, the proof. So I make my claim. Socialism, communism is bad. Back to Candace Owens. She contradicts herself. And she just doesn't know how to get out of it. And you notice it from, she came in there, very confident. I'm sure right here, she's like, you know what? I'm going to play it off. I'm going to play it cool. Anything that he says, I'm going to be able to, rebuttal and just filibuster and get my way out of it, right? But then you notice as it goes on, especially when the clips of her get played, I think there's nothing more uncomfortable for a creator or a person that has made a video, a recording. There's nothing more uncomfortable than watching it yourself, than listening to it yourself. And you can tell that it got to her. It got to her because she started to get so defensive. She made a little lie to make her defense, but that lie, that's just the way it works. Lies don't stick. They just create more lies. And if you can't create more lies, then you're cooked.
Say, well, I'm obviously the victim on the case and we got to see the shot, taken or this or that, whatever it is. Great. That's why she has that much confidence 2 months ago. And when I sat down with her, it was nothing. It was nothing. Okay. So this is a conversation.
How would that make her complicit?
Complicit. Again, you said complicit in the Charlie Kirk.
Complicit in what? Yeah.
Well, if you let me finish my sentence, I could tell you that. But my point being is that then you take a look at this and you go, okay, well, this is weird. Why would you have this confidence? And then when you sit across from somebody and you say, okay, great, I want to go out there and defend you now. I want people to know that you can't say this stuff publicly, but you know more things. And she just blanks. And then she says, well, I'm going to call the lawyer. And she called the lawyer. Again, all of this is on my show. So out of context clips is not going to work because I know what I say on my show. Okay. So we
Viking, right? Hey, that's a theory, but we know it's a very, very noticeable theory. All right, we're not gonna say she does, but it seems like she does have a crush on. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. Listen, she could probably. No, she can't. But she would do really good debating me. Let me tell you what she's gonna beat me. She's gonna beat me on dates and numbers, not on common sense. You understand? All right, let's go ahead and continue.
Call her lawyer, and her lawyer says to us, calls on the phone, pardon me, and it's me, her, and Justin Strife. And I'm like, what do you guys have? He goes, well, we don't have anything yet. We're not at that phase yet. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you don't have anything? And he says, well, don't you know how it works? It's a probable cause hearing. So basically the state says that they're going to bring this forward. And now our people go out and they look for the evidence to assert that Tyler Robinson is guilty. And so I asked her directly, her lawyer directly, the phone's in between us. I'm like, wait, so just so I'm clear, you haven't seen anything that the public hasn't seen? And he says, no. So I'm going back in my head and I'm going, okay, so why is Erica saying with such a degree of certainty, like she was sent out to convince the public and people bit, by the way. I remember even Megyn Kelly was like, let's wait. She's going to have access to things. I did think she had access to things that we didn't have. Why express that confidence to the public as opposed to just being like, we don't know yet. I feel confident he's involved. They made the arrest.
I don't understand. How would any of this make her complicit? And in what?
Well, I've already told you. She's complicit.
She went on in a wrong ramble and didn't prove why she's complicit. Listen, I don't care what you're digging for. I don't care who you love, who you like. If you have no proof, if you have no facts, no concrete proof, you just can't make that claim. Morning, Derek. Who else was here? Jim Rat, good to see you, bro. Good to see you guys, man. You know, as much as you would think, as much as you would like to put yourself in her shoes and say, oh, I would have done this, I would have done this, it's easier. It's easier to be on the other side, isn't it? It's easier to be a third-party watcher. It's easier to make assumptions, and I can give you the best advice when it's not happening to me, but when it happens to me, who knows how I'm going to react? Charlie's legacy was not just him being himself. Charlie's legacy was not just the children. Charlie's legacy was not just his marriage. Charlie's legacy was the business, was Turning Point USA. The last thing that I want, if I was Charlie Kirk, the last thing that I would want is for my wife to give up on the movement that we have started, that we have created. And that, my friends, tells me a lot about Erica. She went out there like a trooper. Let me tell you something. If she didn't love him, she wouldn't have made those beautiful children with him. And Charlie Kirk loved her, regardless of what anybody says. He loved his wife, period. Some people say, oh, Charlie's turning on his grave right now because of what his wife is doing, this and that. Listen, you're creating a false narrative that you're only really hurting yourself when you do that. So I have my most respect. Can I judge on her looks? Sure. Can I judge her on her luxury? Sure. Can I judge her maybe on the things that how it was done? Sure. They are who they are to do what they do. They have the right to celebrate, to cry, to laugh. It's none of your business how she reacts. None of your business. You're no better than the FBI. You're no better than the CIA. You're not better than any other investigator. You can't just go out there and say, oh, I got a source. Who? CNN? That's not a source. That's the problem. If you have a source, unless you plan on using that source in court to go and fight a case, can't use that source. Can't use the source.
In trying to fool the public into thinking this is some open and shut
How
case.
is she trying to fool the public into? If she believes
Like,
it,
don't look
if she
anywhere
believes
else.
that Tyler Robinson killed Kirk, if she believes that, how would that be complicit in anything?
I do.
Are you
believe-
saying that you think she doesn't believe it?
I don't believe that at that stage she sat down with Barry Weiss that's what she believes. No, but that's my opinion.
Right, but so when you just say complicit, you just mean she believes that Tyler Robinson killed Kirk? That's it?
That's what we were talking about. That's why I said if your strategy was to dice up clips and take it out of context and make it
No
seem like I
strategy,
said
you
she
can
was
explain
complicit.
everything.
Yeah, but then why not just play the full thing? Like why?
Because we don't have like infinite amounts of time, I'm guessing. You probably don't want to watch.
I'm going to go back to my theory that you didn't feel confident that you could defend your claim that it was overwhelming evidence. So now you're trying to move toward.
So she starts laughing nervously. She starts laughing nervously because she can't fix what she did. She can't fix her lie anymore. That's the problem when you lie. That is the problem when you lie. When you lie and you get called on it, you can't fix it. You gotta make a new lie, and eventually you will get caught. Like I said, if she ever debates me, she will sound a lot smarter than me. She will have better numbers. Sure, she can make up any number, and I just won't know. I won't know. I'll have to grab my phone. Can I fact check you on that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe dates, names, numbers. You know, she can say all that stuff, but she will never beat me in common sense. She will never beat me on wisdom. She just won't. She doesn't have it. You know, I'm not sure what her mindset is to continue to make babies, but I hope they don't grow up to just be theory babies. You know, you want to be a family lady, listen, $300,000 to go debate, sure, I'll do it for 100, but $300,000 to go debate, easy money, and she failed to prove her claims. You know what she said about her timeline and investigation when she gets called on it? She said, it's my investigation timeline, so I can change it whenever I want. No, you can't. You can't go put a timeline and then convincing millions of people of this crazy ass theory that you have. And then when you get called on it, you just remove it. Come on. At least with yourself. At least with yourself, you got to be honest. And she wasn't.
Doctored clips and getting me to respond to it.
There's no doctor in anything. I'm just making sure that we got this right.
Yes,
that what you're actually saying is that Erica is just complicit in believing it.
When I re-examined her actions backward, because I did not have this perspective of her at the beginning, which is why it's so funny to me that you guys make it seem like I'm ground zero. People thought Erica was sus from day I forgive him, and I was not.
Let me tell you something real quick. Now, this is just for my members, for you, my family. Every other lip-tart, other person that doesn't want to be with us, I don't give a shit. This is for you, my family. One of the things that that I think, in order for me to sort of believe anything that Candace Owens is doing, let me just say it like this. If she had a good friendship relationship with Charlie Kirk, the last thing that she would do, go and make his wife look like a murderer, go and try to destroy his legacy. Because Erica Kirk, whether she likes it or not, whether Cat always likes it or not, she is the wife. She is the owner of everything Charlie Kirk owned She's the only one that can continue to lead that legacy. And Candace Owens acts more like a jealous, crazy ass ex-bitch girlfriend of Charlie Kirk. And she can't find it to make a friendship with his wife. You see what I'm saying? Think. Everybody else knows this. Listen, I can tell you this. I for one, I don't like all the freaking makeup she puts on. I think she's too much vanity on her. I can judge her in all these things, but it's none of my business how she looks, how she dresses, and how she uses her makeup. All I can tell you is this. If Charlie Kirk was my friend, I would go up to Erica and tell her how much I loved him. He was a good man. And I will do my prayers for her. I will give her my best thoughts. Words of encouragement for a widow. I wouldn't automatically put her on the hot chair, on the hot seat and say, you murdered your husband. You just don't do that. Come on, man. There's a lot of envy and jealousy. And I dare say some hate. Candace Owens going after Erica Kirk.
Part of that, I did not lean into that. I did not contribute to that. I was getting actually terrible messages from my fans being like, Candace, you and Charlie always say to go with your intuition. You won't address this, how we all feel about her. Things changed for me when I saw that Zoom call. I will tell you that for sure. And the fact that she lied to me. So I sat across from her and, I wanted to have that conversation publicly, but they're probably grateful they didn't do it publicly. She told me some lies. And so the next thing that happens naturally when somebody lies to you, when any person lies to you, whether it's a toddler, people only lie when they're trying to obscure something else.
Have you addressed what that lie was?
Yeah, I've talked about, we have a list of lies that we've been told by Charlie. We can find that, I'm sure.
In the meeting with her?
Well, no, I didn't want her to cage up. I didn't want to do this, and because I didn't know what to expect. Like I didn't know if she was going to be like, I'm so overwhelmed with everything, and I don't know who to trust the organization, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like I didn't know. I didn't want to.
Just out of curiosity, before anything happened with Charlie, how close were you and Erica?
Not very close.
So there's not a relationship.
No, I would say it's totally normal. Like, it's not like there was any issues at all. We were always nice to each other. It just is our life went to a different phase, right? So Charlie and I hitting the ground, running around, traveling 4 days a week. Now I get married. I find love of my life. I get married and I get pregnant. I've been pregnant. I haven't stopped being pregnant. And what you want out of life changes. You don't want to be running around.
I've been pregnant. I haven't stopped being pregnant. She has a baby, recovers, and makes another one. Well, I'll tell you what, that's one hell of taking care of your uterus.
And traveling on a plane nonstop, you suddenly want to start building at home and live. I was desiring that suburban life.
Did you guys ever do the double dates? You, George, her, and Charlie. Was there ever double dates between the four of you?
I was, engaged to George quickly. We were planning our wedding. I was kind of in my bubble with George. George traveled with me and Charlie, but Erica and him were just starting to date at the beginning of 2009.
Sounds like a rebound to me. If you ask me, that's what I call a rebound.
George and I were planning our marriage, so George really got to know Charlie. I wouldn't.
You see what I'm saying? Quick marriage, quick wedding planning. Rebound.
That I really got to know Erica. I was just rooting for them because I knew how much Charlie wanted to, find love, and so I was kind of his wing woman throughout that phase, and I was just happy. And
she was the wing woman. Oh, she was the wing woman. Yeah, man, she hates Erica, bro. She is jealous. She is envious. She is making all these babies with this white man, which, by the way, these people, for some reason, They just don't like white people. But all of these black women who turn socialist, all of these white women, man, all these black women that turn Democrat, they all love it. They all love marrying the white man. Look at her face. Look at her face when she says that I was the wing woman. Oh, Candace, man, she just destroyed herself.
Never was under the impression, obviously, that they were going to get married when they were dating. So it wasn't like I was conscious. I really need to get to know this person, and so it was just kind of normal that by that time, because of where I was in my life, that I wasn't spending any time getting to know Erica per se.
So the complicit part about Erica to you, is that a gut feeling? You think
it transformed when she lied.
You can take the lead. I'm just asking questions.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Go for it. I actually don't. I still don't understand what you think she's complicit in.
Yeah. So when I say Erica's complicit, that's my opinion. When you tweeted Erica's too retarded to kill her husband, would you like to explain how you developed your evidence, your positive evidence for the fact that Erica was retarded?
Yeah, sure. So I just think all women are retarded.
Oh, so you're allowed to just say stuff. Who knew? So, and by the way, what dramatically transformed your opinion of Erica after going to the headquarters? Because you were pretty hostile about.
I wasn't hostile towards them.
You don't think calling somebody too retarded?
No, come on. That's like normal tongue-in-cheek stuff for me online.
Oh, you're being tongue-in-cheek.
Usually when I call someone retarded, I'm being tongue-in-cheek. Yeah. Like, for instance, you got supporters. I mean, if you want to use the same exact argument, you would take a supporter like Owen Benjamin. He called you bad names and called your husband bad names. You're just like, well, that's no biggie?
I've never answered him on anything that he said. I'm saying that you now are her biggest defender. So do you still think she's
not her biggest defender?
Do you still think she's too retarded?
That's right.
No. I didn't know Erica Kirk. I'd never met her before.
Okay, but you had an issue with Turning Point being led by a bunch of fembots talking about the feminist angle.
Still do.
And then suddenly you go to the headquarters.
Still it's a terrible idea.
You go into the headquarters. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden you've got text messages that you're sharing with them. You say that you and your wife are getting involved with management.
No. I'm not involved in any management at Turning Point.
Well, I'm pretty sure there is a clip of you where you say that your wife went to their recent conference and sat down, and then when you were on Joe Rogan.
No. Hang on. I'll explain what happened, just so that you understand.
Yeah.
So I was invited there to do some debate training. That's literally what I was invited there to do, on recommendation. So I went down and did some debate. That's the first time I ever met anybody at TPUSA.
Okay, and then you said you sat down with Erica.
Well, I didn't sit down to her. I talked to her in a hallway.
So you didn't sit down and speak with Erica?
No, I didn't have like some sit down long conversation. We talked in a hallway.
Okay. Is that when you gave her the hug?
Yeah, gave her the hug right there. My wife did too. We were both very sorry for what happened.
Okay, so at what point did you start receiving text messages from that you cited in your opening statement?
I just reached out to TPUSA and said, I'm prepping for a debate. Is there anything that's pertinent that I can use here?
Do you find it interesting that people have been asking for basic answers to questions, and you're saying that you walked into their headquarters and reached out and they instantly...
It's amazing, isn't it? If you reach out in good faith and you're not demonizing them and saying that they're complicit in the murder of people's deaths, that perhaps they're actually willing to release things to you that are pertinent, other than thinking...
I agree. But if she wasn't acting like such a crazy ex-girlfriend when she never was, what do you expect? Yeah, Docito, you're right. Now she wants to defend her. Oh, boy.
That, perhaps you're diabolical.
Well, I don't know. I feel like if I was going to release that information, I didn't demand that it be released to me. I actually never demanded that it be released. I just simply said that this is what was going on in the last 48 hours. Maybe to the media they could release it. They could release it to PBD. They decided to release it to a guy that called Erica too retarded in June.
So what?
Yeah, I just think it kind of shows that Turning Point is sending you as their horse.
Well, I don't know
where
where
they just don't have don't have
I
the
don't know where
courage to
you-
have the conversation.
Like, I don't
if they
see
were
this-
just releasing something in good
Let me ask you
faith
a
to answer
question.
questions,
Do you have any
I've never
evidence of that
demanded. It's not evidence.
No?
You're sharing your opinion
No.
that she's too retarded. I can't share my opinion that I think it's going
Well,
to
I never
register
met the
as
chick.
really obvious to the public. That rather than presenting that throughout the course of everybody wanting to know what Charlie was going through his last days, they decided to give it to you to come to my house as some sort of a surprise.
Well,
do you think the
when-
public's not smart enough
Yeah,
to
do
see
you
through
think?
that?
Do you think that if you
Talking
know
about terrible PR.
if you know that there's a huge debate that's coming up, that's going to be probably one of the most viewed that year, and one of the debaters calls you and says, "I'm taking this position. This is the position that I feel like there's the most evidence for," and Candace also agreed to answer many of my questions in regards to this. So if you got pertinent evidence here that I can use, I definitely like to
But
look.
what is the-
It was actually amazing to me. It really was actually amazing to me how if you approach people in good faith and just say, "Hey, I'd actually like to know what the facts and details are around this," they actually do talk to you. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just do not believe that they are doing this in good faith. I don't believe that
Hey,
anything
Don.
you have done is demonstrated that's in good faith. It demonstrates that you walked into Turning Point USA headquarters and came out a different man because you were critical of the organization. You
Still am.
were critical of Erica, and now you're sitting here going,
Well,
Candace,
first
I
of
want to
all,
interrogate you for
Have
an
you ever
hour and a half about everything
hang on,
you've
hang on.
ever
Have
said
you ever
about
been
Erica.
critical of somebody that you hadn't met, and then you meet them and you're less critical of them?
And the inverse has happened too. I was
You're right,
less critical
exactly.
about Erica, and now I'm more
But I'm
critical about
asking
her.
you. But I'm asking you. Isn't it the case that there's people you've been critical of, and then you've met them, and you're less critical after you meet them?
Too retarded. I feel like if you think that she's dumb and let's just talk about your record. I mean, you're a person that has.
I think I will take any day. I will take you calling me dumb than to accuse me of murder. There is a big difference. There's a big difference, and I agree with Andrew 100%. Listen, we're probably just the same. I may not agree with everything Andrew says, but for the most part, I maybe like you guys, right, who become my members and my subscribers. Well, the real subscribers, because there's a lot of people that subscribe so they can come and talk shit. But I agree. You know, you can call somebody retarded. That's fine. Here's the one thing that people miss on everything, and I don't know if it has to do with immaturity or with what, but I see it a lot on my channel, you know, with people that I have offended somehow, right? I have offended because of my language. Okay, well, first of all, if I was you and I come into my channel and I'm like, man, this guy's cussing everybody out, and then I wanna talk with him. I want to say, hey, can I call in? Can I call in? Why? The guy is cussing everybody out. Why would I want to call in? Got to think. I don't want to get cussed out. Just a thought. If I don't want to get cussed out, I'm going to come in respectfully on his chat. Hey, Mr. Dennis, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Dennis, Mr. Dennis, Mr. Dennis, Mr. Dennis. If I don't get a response and I really want to get a response, I put a super chat in. Hey, cling! Mr. Dennis, just wanted to know if I can call in. I have a couple of questions. You call in. Hi, how are you? Hey, thank you for taking my call. So, you know, you make this claim. I disagree. I think this and this and that. What do you think about that? Well, I'm not going to be like, oh, you libtard. Oh, you're retarded. You're dumb. No, why would I? Why? No, I don't do that. Everybody that comes to my channel who has followed me long enough, they will know how I am. They will know who I am. And they know that I don't do that. So I have had very great conversations with people that have called in. And they know how to talk to me. And that's a big difference. And I think that Candace Owens hasn't learned that. And this is what I say, she's not wise. She's very smart. She has a lot of information. Of course, everybody looks smart when you are informed. You're not ignorant. You are informed in the matter. You know, like the guys in here who come in here and say, well, Tyler Robinson never confessed. You know, well, not in open court, but there's written notes, confess to the father, unless the father is lying to get his son, the death penalty. has handwritten notes confessing about the murder. They put him in a straitjacket because he was suicidal because of the murder that he committed. Everything points out that he is the murderer. He claimed it. Now he's trying to, they might have to backtrack it now that they're looking for the death penalty. He's probably going to try to retract that comment, but it's too late. You already made that comment. You know what I'm saying? Tree Crew. Tree Crew has become very famous now. He was in one of my shorts. When I was recording one of my shorts, he was asking me questions about the Officer Tatum or something like that. And I said, Tree, come down. Give me a second. Something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue listening to this crazy ass secret crush on Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens. Candace Owens got owned. And she cooked herself, I think is what they call it. But, Candace Owens is just a woman who had a great friendship with a man which didn't want her as a woman, just as a friend. And that can play really hard tricks on your mind when you're just at the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a lot of guys that will agree with me on that, right? You don't want to be in the friend zone. You want to be in the circle, Yeah, you want to be in. You don't want to be on the friendship zone when you have a crush on a girl, or in this case, a man. See, one of the things that Charlie Kirk had is that he was very smart, but he was very wise. Now, he had opinions about Israel, positive and negative. Sure, so do I. But he never turned on Israel. Not on Israel. He knew there was some bad people. Even if he said anything about Bibi Netanyahu, so what? He can say that. He can say whatever he wants. I don't see the benefit. I'm telling you right now. I don't see the benefit. I don't see the benefit of killing Charlie Kirk. If you are Israel, if you are Bibi Netanyahu, if you are any of these things that they're this crazy ass people on the left, like Candace Owens and everybody that has flipped, there is no benefit at killing Charlie Kirk. Do you understand? Now, if you go after Chuck Schumer and all the retarded people who are for Muslims in Congress, okay, there's a benefit. Maybe Israel will have something to do with that. But Charlie Kirk, come on, man. Come on. You see what I'm saying? No way, Jose. No way. It doesn't make sense. You put so much in the line for what? For one guy that can't stop your movement? Nah, no way. Charlie Kirk's, there will never be one like him. But there will be many, many more that speak the way he does. I'm no Charlie Kirk. Don't try to compare him to him at all. Period. Well, green substance, it's not that I'm smart. It's that they are that dumb. Oh, man. I'll tell you, man. These people are so retarded, they make us look like geniuses. That's just the way it is. They make us look like geniuses, bro. It is what it is. Look, I got a couple of zits over here pissing me off. It's because I'm always touching my face. Anyway, there's no benefit on killing Charlie Kirk. No benefit for Israel. It doesn't matter. Listen. Who are the ones who are fighting against Israel? The Democrats. And a lot of Democrats actually support Israel. I don't know. A lot is a big stretch. Some Democrats support Israel because we see beyond this religious point that people think that we need to look at. It's not really. I don't know how to explain it. If you If you don't support Israel, that's okay. That's okay. You don't understand why we do. That's all right. But the point that I make is Charlie Kirk, nothing he can do to hurt Israel. If anything, let me tell you something. If anything, the one way that you can stop Charlie Kirk is by talking. Talk about it. I can tell you right now, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. If I would have gone against Charlie Kirk on something that, you have to understand something. Common sense. You got to use common sense. I could have debated Charlie Kirk, and he could have quoted me poets and all these other leaders and names and dates and numbers, and he would have just trashed me with that. But common sense. He will never be able to prove his point. I will never be able to prove my point. We will just go back and forth, not fighting out of hate. See, that's something that I can guarantee you, that I could have gotten on a very heated debate with Charlie Kirk, and I can guarantee you 100%, we would have never looked for violence to beat one another. Never. Never in a million years would I just say, well, Charlie Kirk, how about I just kick your ass right now? No, that's not how you win. That's not how you win. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I think that if Israel really wanted to destroy Charlie Kirk, if they really felt threatened by him, they could have done it a different way. Making a martyr out of somebody, that's not how you beat them. That's not how you win. It makes you look worse. And throughout history, I'm sure that Bibi Netanyahu knows that. He knows that very well. You know, people that want to threaten my life, this and that. Hey, listen, man, you can do whatever you want to me, but the truth will still be the truth. Somebody else will make the fight. Somebody else will make that fight. And that's just the way you can choose to live your life the way you want to live it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and continue this.
Spent time in what most people would term to be the manosphere, talking about feminists. Well, yeah,
I debate against
against feminists
and red pillars,
okay,
and a lot of the actual. So I'm a Christian ethicist.
And then you go on to Joe Rogan, and you're like soft explaining away why Erica had to take over Charlie's company when they don't have a parent at home. So now you're a feminist icon. Like you just go into the headquarters and you just shift all of your perspectives.
That's a bizarre criticism. Like nobody's in the bigger girl boss position than you.
Yeah.
All right, here. Let me. Somebody smoking weed over here. All right, so let me make a point here. No, I don't want that one. That's what I want. All right, let me make a point here. I'll try to roll the window up and down, but I don't want this tree shit to get on top of me. Anyway, let me make a point here so that you guys can understand why I'm actually making a little bit of time to talk with you guys about Candace Owens. It's been time. I owe it to Sticks. Sticks, if anybody says Sticks on my next live or whatever, let them know that I made a whole live specifically about Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson. It says on the title there, Andrew Wilson. Andrew, I will debate you for $100,000. Get in touch. Listen, I agree. There is a lot of weird things that happen around the Charlie Kirk's murder. I get that. But there is nothing concrete. Listen, if the government was in it, well, it's already been wiped clean. What can you do? You have all these videos out there, all these theories. We know AI is crazy right now. So there's a lot of scenarios, you know, like when you hit a shot from the top, you see Charlie, doing either you do this way you wouldn't go this way because it's not hitting your head. You go this way, you know, and you move in slow motion. Loose clothes will move, and then you know, Andrew makes a point, you know, that a fast, bullet, it's gonna have some wind, you know, behind it, and you won't be able to see that in slow, in a fast, you know, normal speed, but in slow motion, you can see those things. And so when you're looking at video evidence, you know, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. AI is crazy, and all of those theories, the way that they set up, the way they tell the story, you can make somebody look guilty without being guilty. You know, you can have a provocative photo with somebody in the back, and it looks like something is happening together, but they have nothing to do with each other. So again, yeah, no. Andrew, you know what? I listened to some of the things that he says. And I got I like the guy. But what I'm saying is that we have theories. You know, it's okay. It was very shady. I question why the hell did they clean the area so fast? I question all that thing. Why I question, well, not the old senile man that was trying to get some 15 minutes of fame by saying he killed Charlie Kirk. But you know, I question a lot of things. You know, the bodyguards, right? The signals and this and that, and it's just like the guy taking the memory card. Like, what the hell was that about, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. What? Listen, I don't care what you talk about or you know, your mentality is like, oh, you know what? If somebody shoots Charlie Kirk, I'm going to take the memory card out of the camera. Who the hell thinks like that? It looks shady as fuck. I get it. It looks shady as fuck. I get it. But there's nothing we can prove. The answer that they gave, it makes sense. What doesn't make sense is, bro, Charlie Kirk just got shot. Like, it should be some sort of shock. You were not shocked that the guy was shot. You were thinking so clear that you went for the memory card right away and just whatever happened. Nah, man, that looks shady. But the answer that they gave, you know, somebody could have tampered with it or whatever. I got it. I got you. It is what it is, guys. There's a lot of theories out there. There's a lot of theories out there that in slow motion you can alter video and make it look like something that is not. That's just how it is. So I get it. There are theories of this and that. But there is no facts. There's no proof. There's no evidence. All the evidence points to Tyler Robinson. You know, and she says he's a patsy. He is a patsy. And she goes and shows all this edited video, reformatted, stretched out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You can't show a video and say this is evidence. You got to leave it at the format that is in. You can't just cut out pieces and zoom in and say, oh, look, this is perfectly fine. No, you got to show the actual angle and the actual footage of what it looked like. Like, she has this dumbass argument about a receipt at a restaurant. Do you have that receipt? Oh no, but it was made public. Does the receipt exist? Is it an evidence? Does it prove that it was him? Who was the credit card? What was the name of the credit card that he used? Did he pay cash? What proof do you have? If you don't have absolute proof of anything like that, you have no point. But she's making accusations and she's making this testimony that what she says is a fact and that it's true, and it's not. It's a theory. Theories are not facts, are not truth.
I'm actually
You're in the biggest of the girl boss positions. Like, you don't have to do this. Okay. You just do this. You could definitely not do it at all and be fine, right? But you still do.
I would say that you are making a comparison that cannot be compared because Because Erica's husband was just assassinated in front of the world.
Which
The
makes sense. Why should we take the organization
No,
over?
that it makes sense why you would go home to your kids, just so you know.
Wait a second. That's bizarre.
Yeah, because they don't have a parent. They don't have a parent, and they've
protect-
just suffered a trauma. You don't go into the office
You
6
want to
days later.
protect your husband's legacy,
Yeah,
right?
no.
And you're trying to find some
The
new
legacy
normal.
is his children, not the organization.
It's both.
No,
It's both.
Yes, it is both. It's totally rational and reasonable to
Nope.
believe that it would be both Turning Point USA, that is part of Charlie Kirk's legacy. He worked his whole
I
life
think
for
this
it.
is why people think she's
and,
sus.
and his children. Now, for you though to say that anybody's a girl boss, right? That's like the pot calling the kettle black.
That came out of your mouth.
No, that was you. You brought up girl boss.
Girl boss came out of your mouth.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm telling you that you brought up this idea that I'm defending some feminist nonsense. I'm not. I'm pointing out that they're. By the way,
She's not qualified to take over his company.
There's always objective outliers to each situation. In fact, it's the exception that proves the rule. And the interesting thing here is like, I'm still just as critical of feminism inside of TPUSA as I've always been. And I'm just as critical of any pro-Zionist position as I've ever been. None of that's ever changed. By the way, I would think it's the most rational, reasonable thing on planet Earth to do if you wanted to actually see an organization change, to try to work with leadership or reach out to leadership to try to do so. Doesn't that make the most amount of sense?
I would like to state for the record that I think Erica is underqualified to run the organization.
Sure.
And on the more emotional aspects, I agree with what seems to be a majority opinion. I'm not gonna say it's scientific, that any woman that would leave her kids and go right into the office after their husband was publicly assassinated does not have their priorities straight.
Okay, well, I understand that you can have those criticisms.
Yeah.
But I'm not understanding still how that would make her complicit.
I don't have to keep answering the same question.
Okay,
so let's
do you
let's
feel
get
like you got an answer
asking-
to how it's complicit?
Your team is asking to play a clip, so if we
Okay.
want to play this clip to just finish.
Bruh. I'm sure that PBD didn't get paid shit for this. Sure. Because they have their commercials. They got their plugs, right? He's selling his shoes or whatever. But what the hell was PBD moderating? If one of them is lying, wouldn't you ask him? Can you specify? Can you clarify? I get it. There is a debate, but there is a moderator. There are rules. You ask the questions, you answer the questions. Candace Owens came into this debate, and she took this debate like as if it was a hearing. As if it was a hearing, not a debate or a conversation that they're trying to have. They gave each other an hour and a half to question each other. She, out of all of these things that she's been rambling around, she still hasn't proved why she claims that Eric is complacent with the murder. I just don't understand why she's so smart and she thinks that nobody's going to catch that. Well, guess what, Candace Owens? Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. And you haven't answered shit. She has been contradicting herself. This is what happens when you say you're investigating and that you have proof, like pencil neck shifty shift. Oh, we got overwhelming evidence of the Russia collusion. At the end of the day, all the sources were bullshit. All these anonymous sources were bullshit. That's why you don't make claims without evidence. How many, even on shows, even on TV, you'll see this. Listen, I believe you. Everything you say, I believe you. I need proof to take to court. I really like Candace Owens. Oh, absolutely. I've said so many nice things about her, but everything changed when she had a fallout with Ben Shapiro, and unfortunately, with Charlie Kirk being killed, she is showing her true feelings and emotions. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was her husband, I'll be like, why the hell are you so hell-bent backwards on trying to make his wife look like the murderer? You see what I'm saying? When you say you had a great friendship on your friend, listen, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try to take care of your wife. I'm going to go try and take care of your husband. You know, whatever the case is. And then, if something's fishy, I'm going to ask. This is why you build friendships. You build bridges, not burn them. She came out accusing Erica of murdering her husband. She's going against all of everything against Erica, the company. She's not qualified. She's not qualified. Oh, you know, she's not a good wife for him. She's not a good fit. Oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you know, Charlie Kirk hooks up with Erica, and all of a sudden, now she has to get married? Now she has to cup up, you know, start popping babies left and right? Come on, man. I know those kind of women. Unfortunately, I've seen so many in my life. It's always the same. It's always the same. And Candace Owens has shown her true colors. No pun intended. She's shown her true colors. She is jealous. She is bitter. She's unhappy. She lost her way. She went from a good Christian woman to now being a hypocrite Christian woman. Hating Israel over theories of others that hate Israel. Yeah. Listen, she has like what, 7 million people, 7 million followers, whatever. Bro, she's making her bank. I think she should spend it. I don't know if we can fix her. I don't know if she can be fixed. Once you believe a lie, it's almost impossible to get out of it. You guys remember the movie Inception? Right? Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. What a great movie, isn't it? What a great movie. Let's sidestep a little bit. We'll come back to Candace. Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's so sad that I like all the actors and I forgot their names. I apologize. But Leo is the most famous one. Inception. They go into a dream. And then they can go into a second dream. So a dream in a dream. But then if you go too far into a dream, you can't come out of it. You lose yourself in limbo and you're just there to rotten for the rest of your life. This is how I feel about Candace. Candace decided to take a route of a bitter ex-girlfriend that was never a girlfriend and always was kept on the friend zone. Her jealousy shows right away. As soon as Charlie Kirk decides to go for Erica, all of a sudden, she don't like her. All of a sudden, she has to get married right away. Too many red flags. And for the white boy that married her, it is what it is, man. Deal with it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's just what I feel about her. And it is sad that PBD didn't do a better job as a moderator. Very disappointed, to be honest. All right, well, let's see. Hopefully you guys can actually hear the audio from the other phone playing. Let's take a listen.
This segment on the Erica Kirk topic, we can spend some time on that as well. Okay. So if you guys are ready in the back, we're ready.
And causing that 30-06 diameter, as would happen with a patent explosives, as we've demonstrated to you in the past, it accidentally, because of how Charlie was crouched, went up and hit his neck. And that ruined everything. It ruined everything. It was problematic. It's the reason why Terrell then had to scramble to get the cameras down, because they were never supposed to see it. They could have said reasonably that a 30-06 got eaten by Charlie, much more reasonably, obviously, than saying that the chicken bones in his neck stopped it because he ate vegetables. They panicked. That's why Terrell's nervous on the phone with me. Again, this is my theory, and I am now very much sticking to it. Okay? They panicked. It's the reason Erica had to step out. That's why she would have gotten on the phone with Terrell so quickly, because I was going, why is Terrell saying, well, I didn't want Erica to relive, oh, that's why I did it. He didn't have an answer. He was nervous. It was crazy. But he acknowledged that he spoke to Erica immediately. Why did you speak to Erica immediately?
Do you believe that there was a shape charge that killed Charlie?
Hey, can I ask you why you keep starting clips mid-sentence?
Probably to get to where the clip is.
No, it doesn't seem that way because you can always start a clip at the beginning of a sentence. Like you're just like it's completely out of context.
Wait,
but
I didn't prepare the clips, but
yeah, I
didn't.
like
But
you were
it's
kind of
fine
ready.
to ask it to back it
Like
up.
I said, I don't need to say what's happening here because the internet will clock it. But
Oh yeah.
in this episode, we are now going, and that's why I said we're now going to look at some alternative theories. I made it very clear that this was a theory that I didn't want to look at. This is, I believe, because I don't have every episode on my head, but I'm pretty sure this is an episode where we presented the evidence that was in the car, the photos of what was in the car, right? And so we are now inferring off of what we see in the car that this very much does look like that we see a bunch of shattered road microphone, which was an early theory that I was actually interested in, but couldn't really wrap my head around what was the shape charge explosive. As I say at the beginning of the episode, it was just not my expertise, and I was concerning myself with timelines and stories and statements that didn't make sense. Without question, Terrell Farnsworth is someone who made me think that we were missing a big part of the story. So I'm walking them through John Bray's theory. If we started to insert what we are actually observing with the evidence that we're taking a look at and what took place that day. So we're completely in the hypothetical right here. And you're now introducing this.
If that's the case, if you're just hypothetically exploring it, that's why I'm just asking directly.
Yes, but that's obvious when you watch this episode. So that's why it feels like I'm in the middle of an interview with CNN when they like pull up random clips and they're like, "What's this? What's this?" You watch the episode, you know what it is.
I'm just trying to make sure. Do you think that your alternative theory?
I think John Bray's theory should be explored. Yes.
Okay. Do you think that Charlie Kirk was killed with an explosive?
I think that is a possibility. Yes.
Okay.
And it should be explored. He's done a lot of work on it. John Bray has done good work, and I think that's why that theory. We released the second set of the photos of what was in the car. I think it's viable.
So this was the big.
So she believes, she just said, just to make sure that we're on the same page here. She believes, she just said it, she believes that he was killed with an explosive. Well, here's a problem with that. The autopsy report doesn't show that he was killed with an explosive. It shows that he was killed with a bullet. He was shot. That simple. So there's not much misunderstanding on the autopsy. We know he was shot. But now she believes that he was killed with an explosive because the shirt lifted up. In slow motion it does. Sure. I mean, what would a loose shirt do in a moment where somebody's, I don't know, just shaking or, snapping or whatever. Her argument is she got cooked. She got caught in a lie, and she can't say that she lied. She can't say that she was wrong, even though she claims she has no ego and that she has no problem saying if she was wrong that she would say that, but she doesn't.
Thing I wanted to get into with you on the explosives too. What is it about that theory that's actually compelling to you? So I looked into the explosive mic theory multiple times. And the biggest thing that stood out to me is there's no explosion. there's literally no explosion. In fact, there's videos when the shot rings out that kills Charlie. At least it sounds like a shot to me. People are actually like looking up towards where the gun is being fired. They're looking away for where the sound is. Where's the actual explosion?
Well, for every person that you say looks away, there's going to be a person that was looking forward. We have former Marines that have gotten on and said, it looks to me like there's an explosion under his shirt, right? You obviously saw Rob O'Neill.
Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Are there any military, any vets, anybody on the chat right now? Is there anybody that has ever shot and killed somebody? Well, maybe not even killed, but just shot somebody. And they took a moment to look at the clothing. And they took a moment to see how things react on the shirts, the uniform, the gear. I don't think there's one person that goes and says, let me shoot this guy and see how his clothing reacts. Very doubtful. But if you have shot, in the military, fighting in a war or whatever, and you have noticed clothing moving when you shot, put it on the chat.
Go on to, I'm forgetting which platform it was, where he said, the first thing I thought was it looked like...
Robin Neal is the man that killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, and I think he's qualified to say what he believes he saw. We should actually, since they're pulling clips, we should run that clip of Rob O'Neill and what he said and what he observed in his experience.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that. And also there were people who immediately spoke to the media that day who said the same thing, that they thought that something happened under his shirt. That was actually, if you go back to my first episode when I was just observing what I saw with my eyes, I was asking the serious question. I was seriously saying, why is it like somebody shot him from underneath? Why is his shirt moving first? That doesn't make sense to me. And
That's because of air dispersal from the bullet. So whenever a bullet is shot,
what a beta!
You can actually
look at Zoo Boy. What a beta!
A rifle. Take like an empty box of ammunition and put it on the table, and then fire it near the muzzle, and that box will actually blow off the table.
Okay, so question for you: does that box go sideways off a table?
It can.
It can.
Yeah, it can. It depends on the dispersal.
You 3,000 pounds of energy or 2,000 pounds of energy coming at you. That's how much it carries.
Well, it's not
30-6.
2,000 pounds of energy.
Well, we can fact check that. How many pounds of energy is it? A 30-6 being shot 150 yards away. That's a great question for Grok. I'm going to say when we looked at it, it was between 1,500.
I like her. She's an expert now on ammunitions and shootings and the pressure and the pounds of pressure. Like she knows what she has information, but she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. And it is obvious, right? Things can shake, things can move. But nobody's looking around to see, oh, wait a minute. When I shot the guy, I noticed he did this, and then he went this way and that way, and I stood there and I made sure that I slow motioned everything here in my mind, and I noticed all these things. Everything happens in fast motion, man. You can't really see all those things unless you're experimenting. I think the best way to do that is to put a dummy on a chair, just like where he was sitting, a table set up just the way it was set up, take a shot from the roof, shoot that dummy in the neck, see what happens to the clothing. Make sure the clothing is loose. Charlie Kirk wore very loose clothes shirts, I'm just saying. And then you can go ahead and make your little, theory, a little scenario of some sort of proof.
In 2,000, I'm pretty sure, pounds of energy coming at you, and you just go upward and to the side. I don't really buy that. I'm going to just say, I just think that's not possible. It doesn't go through on top of that, so there's another miracle. You didn't get blown backwards. It didn't go through. But I also want to say that you're saying this can happen, and Rob O'Neill is infinitely more qualified, I think, to speak on that.
Why?
And, because he's actually shot and killed people.
Why would that have anything to do with anything?
Because...
Did he slow down all the videos of the people he shot to see if their clothes moved?
Well, why are you able to assert your position as a fact?
Because I'm gonna tell you how projectiles work. He's not even gonna I guarantee you this guy's not even gonna disagree with what I'm about to say. If it is the case that you have energy and you have mass and the mass is moving in the air has to go somewhere. It doesn't have a choice.
I think you're totally BSing right now, man.
Not only am I not BSing, I'm telling you the truth. If a bullet is moving in air has to move out of the way of bullet.
But maybe not at the bottom of a shirt here. I don't know. I disagree with that. I'd like to say, for the record, I've watched some of you do these sorts of things where you assert something with a lot of confidence, and
you can fact check it.
Your shirt,
bullets displace air.
Not about whether it displaces air. It's where it disperses the air. Underneath his shirt here.
It's not underneath the shirt.
Well, it's this big, and you're telling me it's going to hit his neck, and then
it's not underneath
beneath
the
his shirt. The shirt
starts
cuffs.
up here, and the collar's moving, and then you see the wave here as he's moving backwards.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's not.
And we obviously can't show that clip. I disagree with you.
Okay, I understand you can't show it for TOS purposes.
Exactly. I disagree with you. People can go watch and make up their own minds. We don't need to debate it. Whether or not it was the first thing I said was, why is his shirt moving first? That didn't make sense to me. It almost looks just like this. It goes across. His necklace breaks first before Charlie even reacts. If you watch it in slow, his necklace breaks first, which I thought was very odd. And then you see a puff here, and then the next thing you know, there's the entry wound on his neck. I would not confidently assert that I see smoke. I've never said it on my platform.
Do you think that an explosion generally has smoke?
I don't think that there's any quality version of video that would get us to be able to answer that question other than Terrell's 4K footage that he has from the front. So
there's a lot of, if you look at the Israeli pagers, it's assumed that it's a similar, if not the same type of explosive that was used inside the pagers that would have been used inside of this road mic.
I think that you should, since you love debating, you should debate someone like John Bray, who's worked on that theory for 11 months, and ask those sorts of questions of how a shaped charge would work. I presented the evidence of what was in the car, and I also, at that episode that you're clipping, said John Bray has done an unbelievable amount of work on this, and I think he has debated a ton of people, actually, regarding this topic. So that's the route that I would send you on. For the purposes of my show, I do believe, to answer your question, that it is a hypothetical. I mean, that it is a theory that should be thoroughly explored.
There's 2 clips your team wants to show. One of them is the Rival Neal clip, since we're on it. So if you guys are ready in the back before we go to ad break, if you want to pull it up, this is a good time to do so.
And good to see you, General Holt. A lot of things bothers me about this. Nothing in particular, and it's not like I'm out there saying big lie or conspiracy or someone did it. I'm just saying I've been in a lot of shootings. I've killed more than a handful of people, and this thing looked shady off the bat. I mean, I've killed people closer than I saw the camera, and I've never seen a shirt move like that. That looks like an explosion to me. Just the fact that no one started doing first aid to Charlie Kirk, they were more concerned about getting SIM cards out of cameras, removing cameras, and then getting him off the X somehow. There didn't seem a lot of concern for his life. It seemed like just clean it up, and then, I mean, I've been told they paved it over a couple days later, and then you get Erica Kirk behind all the razzle-dazzle, and she's really quick to forgive the alleged shooter, which technically says that was him because I forgive him, but that you can't forgive Candace Owens for having an opinion or asking questions. And they mock people by saying, oh, I'm just asking questions. Yeah, I'm a SEAL Team 6 sniper. I'm asking a lot of questions. No one wants to answer them.
And you're able to ask.
He was actually said very...
So he didn't really say much on the actual issue, but he does try to make Candace clean from her argument. Now, why would Candace go and take that information and then just 100%, not just the guy says, I think it could have been an explosion, but Candace Owens dives deep by just hearing that and says it was an explosion. You don't know that. He doesn't know that. He doesn't even confirm that it wasn't an explosion. That the fact is that Candace Owens has gone and says all of this is true, and then she's gotten millions of subscribers off of that and has made a lot of money. She has been grifting off of Charlie Kirk's death like a lot of other people have. You know, I don't do that shit. Right? You can make the money, but that's not how I believe to make money. But the point is that she can't prove anything that she's saying. Everything that she's saying, it's just hearsay. It's just opinions. It's just a theory. And the fact that she can change her facts or truth and says, oh, it's just my opinion, I don't know about that. I think the ex-girlfriend or the ex or the woman that has a crush on Charlie Kirk, the crazy one that was kept on the friend zone, I think that that's what we're seeing. We're seeing somebody who is jealous, envious of Erica Kirk. Maybe somehow, some way in Candace Owens' brain, she probably feels that Turning Point USA owes her a lot more because she was very influential in Turning Point USA. And what I find very interesting is what she said about Erica Kirk. She's not qualified. What are you saying? What are you saying? She's not qualified. Are you saying you're qualified? Are you saying you wish you would be Erica Kirk? Because let's be honest, Charlie Kirk turned Candace Owens on. You think, oh, Dennis, that's perverted. No. You don't understand. Charlie Kirk was a smart man, very wise man. And that turns on somebody that's smart like Candace Owens. That is the kind of man that turns her on. Because there's a spark, there's communication, there's debate, there's a cause, to think, rethink, to analyze, to critically think. Can you imagine if you had Charlie Kirk right now and Candace Owens talking about something that's happened together? The sparks will be flying off and conversation will be happening. You'll be able to come up with an outcome. I'll be able to come up with an outcome. We'll be able to come up with some critical thinking. We'll be able to put some common sense together. We can put all these people that have these great facts. They talk very well. They know the data. They know the numbers. They remember dates. They remember the names. And then you can have all these people just listening to the smart people. And those who are very critically thinking about the situation, and those who have common sense, they will be listening to this and they will be turned on. They will be turned on. They'll be hooked on that information. And that's what you find. But instead, Candace Owens was kept on the friendship zone. And I think that made her very bitter. She never had a relationship with Charlie Kirk as she wished she did. She was the right wing woman, as she says, on Charlie Kirk. Let me be honest with you real quick. A woman that has a crush on a man, it's always going to pretend that they're looking to find a woman for that man. But in reality, all they're doing is projecting their feelings towards that man. That's how it works. Young people probably don't know what the hell that means, but some of us got experience in life. Some of us are old enough to know better. I can tell you. I mean, I was married. I was married to a woman that supposedly was my friend and tried to find a woman for me. Just saying. Yeah, it didn't last, but nonetheless, that was my first wife. True story. Till this day, she still wants me, but that's not how it works. She burned that bridge. She burned that bridge. Oh, man. Rich don't mean shit. I felt that if I was married to a good-looking rich husband, I wouldn't want to waste my I want to waste my time crying over another man, and I'm already married. Yeah. Yeah, we're not even talking about Trump. Stay on subject, people. Today is Candace Owens Day. Today is Candace Owens Day. Oh, man. They just can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. You see what I mean? I'm always trying to have conversation with people. I'm always trying to, bring some, things to the table. But people that just hate Trump, they never leer, man. They never leer. They don't wonder. Then they wonder why I tear them apart on my lives. Oh, man. I'm not driving. I'm in the parking lot waiting for the ferry. But thank you for your concern. I appreciate it, Max. Oh, man. All this, I love it when the leftists get very concerned about myself. They're always telling me to watch out for ICE. Always telling me that Trump doesn't love me. They think that I do these things for the love of anything. No, I don't need love from anybody. I don't need love or approval from anybody. But the fact is that I decided to become here's the thing that you don't understand. When I became an American citizen, a lot of thought went into it. A lot of experience went into it. It's sort of like I waited for my bride. I waited until I was married, which obviously I didn't. I messed up a lot in my life. But that's kind of how it was when I became an American citizen. You understand? It was, I lived it. I see what it takes to be a citizen. I see what being a resident does. I see what being a migrant does. I see what illegal immigrants do. I see what other entitled, ungrateful Americans do. I see all of these things. And after 35 years, I decided that I knew this bride very well. And I wanted to be with her. And that's what I made my oath to the United States of America, the greatest nation in the world. People don't understand what that means. You will never understand, excuse my heart, why I made that decision. You can go and look and you can see a bridge and the freeways and the buildings and you don't even know what the hell that means. That is not what makes us great. It's the American spirit. It carries every sacrifice, every piece of history that we have lived in this country, and even that history that we were not in this earth to live. We understand it. We know where it comes from. We know what it does. And that's why it's special to me to be an American citizen. I don't care who the president is. If that president is looking out for American citizens first, I'm not going to expect him to make the best choices. I hope he does. As long as he thinks that's the best for American citizens. But it has to be for American citizens. All right, we're going to put a pause on Candace Owens. And you guys like to talk about Trump. Well, let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about this country that we live in. And the way you have to look at it is, this is the land where you live. You want free healthcare? Okay, let's get some free healthcare. But there's something that you must do. You want housing to be affordable? Okay, let's get housing to be affordable. But there's something that you must do. You want the United States of America to be prosperous and for everybody to be, financially stable? Okay, let's do that. But there's something that you must do. Acknowledge me! No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's just what I'm doing that in my home studio. But there's something that you must do. In order for you and I to get all of those things to work out, we got to stop fraud, we got to stop corrupted government, and we got to get rid of every single illegal immigrant who's taking work and businesses from the American people, who is sending most of their money back to their foreign country where they come from. And then we can go ahead and start talking about getting all that free health care. And it's not going to be for everybody. I say every American citizen, but after further consideration, I think that we need to start talking about caps, money caps. Maybe $150,000 a year, maybe $250,000 a year. Whatever it is, we have to look at it. You can't say we will allow the world to come into our country. Why is that? Why is that? I'm going to prove my point of why I say the things that I say. Why do you think that this must be done first? I'm going to give you something very small that's happening here in Seattle, Washington, right? I'm going to give you this. Seattle, Washington has made themselves known to the country that they are so supportive to the transgender community. They're so supportive that they will give them housing, money, etc., etc. And what do we find today? A lot of transgenders are coming from other states. Why? Because over here in Washington State, the rules are against the citizens. They just give it to the crazy people. Okay? It's the same thing with illegal immigration. If you say you have free health care, but you don't care about illegal immigrants, what do you think is going to happen? If you say that anybody can take work from American people, what do you think the world is going to say? Illegal immigrants. If you're not against it, anybody can come and take advantage of it. How can you protect it? You got to ask yourself those questions. There is proof. There's facts. I tried to teach my children yesterday when I was having lunch with them. And I said, do you know why it is important that we that we protect our borders? I know you guys probably have a lot of friends in school that are illegal children or anchor babies of illegal parents. I said, I don't want you to go over there and pick a fight with them, but I do want you to know that you have to make sure that you protect this country. You got to make sure. Give me a second. I got to pay for this ticket. Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, too?
That's good. 38.35.
Ooh, 38. Did that go up?
Uh,
It was 32 the last time I paid for 4.
32?
Yeah.
Are you disabled by any chance?
No. Whoa. Wait a minute. What does that mean?
Well,
You're like, yeah, were you on crack that day? That's what I heard.
no. You get a discount if you're like disabled. But I didn't know if you had like a card or what.
No, it's all good.
Unless you look very young for 65.
Nah, 50. Thank you, brother.
Same one for you.
Take care.
Have a good day.
201. Did she say 2? Oh man, that's funny. Anyway, so I try to tell my children, listen, I tell my children, I say, look, I don't want you to go and be hateful. Listen, love them, treat them like you treat yourself. But the truth is the truth. And if American children are not going to be able to have their free lunches because of the people that are here in this country illegally, that's not fair. That's not fair for the American citizens. And so I try to make a point with them so that they understand not to be hateful, and at the same time I want them to be fair, but they need to understand that this country comes first. American citizens comes first. And I tell them, if we were in Mexico, if we were in any other country, we would do the same. We would make sure that the citizens of that country are taken care of, not illegal immigrants. If we were in Mexico and we were illegal, I wouldn't be demanding any services, any free healthcare. I wouldn't be demanding free food. I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't even be in the country illegal anyways. But still, the point is that every country has borders. Why? We got to have a population control. We got to have a disease control. We got to make sure that everybody that comes through the border is vetted, that everybody is healthy, that everybody is clean. And I mean clean, I mean criminal record, health, vaccinations, etc. I would think that the left will agree with me on that, but for some reason they don't. They keep trying to call ICE on me, but don't call ICE on citizens, only illegal immigrants. I want to make sure that you know that. Anyway, so that's the importance of it. If you want to have all those things, if an American citizen, okay, this is only for American citizens. If you're an American citizen and you want to have free healthcare, that's what it takes. You got to protect the border. You got to get rid of illegal immigrants. To say that everybody should have free healthcare, you can't afford it. You know why you can't afford it? I gave my kids a lesson yesterday, and I said, okay, we order a pizza and 2 orders of wings. I said, this is enough for us 4, right? It's a lot of food. I said, but this is enough for us 4, and maybe we can share one more person. I said, so what would happen if 10 people just came in right now and they came in and ate with us? They will eat all the food. Now you don't get to eat. You don't get no pizza. You don't get no wings. They get to eat, and they're not my kids. You're my kids. You're my family. I said, would that be fair? The obvious answer is no. It's not fair. And that's what I try to teach my kids. And that's what I teach you, the American people. If you make something free, people will always abuse it. If you make them work for it, if you make them earn it, they will always appreciate it. Me, 35 years before I became an American citizen. By choice. I get it, by choice. But 35 years. You see, I lived it, I earned it, I respect it, and I love it. Now I make my decision. See, that's why it bothers me. When I see people that just says, F the United States of America. Oh, burn the flag. You know, they do all of these things. They wonder why it bothers me. They wonder why it bothers me. Well, that's why it bothers me. Oh, man, I forgot to look young. Hold on. Boom, there we go. The retouch, so I can look a little bit younger. The people that don't earn respect or honor this country, they will never understand why I am the way that I am. But I think that I have explained it on the simplest of terms, that there's no way that somebody is not going to understand that. If you give everything away for free, if you open your cabinets at home and you tell everybody, hey, free food every day, you will never have food for your family. You see what I'm saying? It's just common sense. Tanjo, it's in here, right? I call her Tanji. Tanjo made a point. You know, take care of your household first. How are you going to feed my children if you can't feed your children? This country is great, and it has a lot of wealth and a lot of opportunity and a lot of all these things. But if we don't learn to have law and order, if we don't organize, if we don't learn to appreciate and to honor, we're just going to be taken advantage of. And then, yes, some of us who fight for fairness, for justice, we will look like assholes for a lot of people. And that's just the way it is. You can't please everybody. Damn if you do and damn if you don't. President Trump, you know, he gets criticized by running a campaign and keeping his promises. First, they hated him on his campaign. Some people supported him and voted for him because what he was running on his campaign. The leftards, the people on the left that hated him, they were against him because he said he was going to do this, and they didn't like it. And then President Trump comes in, and then he goes and takes a look at the situation and be like, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't do that. And now they say, oh, taco. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you make a decision that you say, okay, we're going to do this because I think this is the best way to take care of our country, then you do it. But if you're doing it and you realize or you noticed that something is not right, you got to be able to change. Got to be able to change your mind. You see what I'm saying? One of the things that I was accused of before, and in my life, I've been accused of this. Dennis, you always promise to do this and then you don't do it. I said, well, first of all, I don't promise. I say, I want to do this. Now, I want to do this. It's not the same as saying I'm going to do this. I want to do this. I want to take a vacation. I want to go to this place. But then all of a sudden, the financial situation didn't work out the way that I thought it would. So I changed my mind. Not because I want to, but it's because I need to. There's no choice. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a. Let's read a couple of the comments here. The ferry just took off, waiting for the next one to come in, and we'll take the next ride on. So, seems like we have plenty of time to talk. I don't know how much reception I'm going to have once I get across or in the ferry, but we'll do what we got. Okay, so go ahead. If you're a leftist, which, you know, those are the people that hate us, tell me something that Trump promised to do and didn't do. He promised make excuses for his, I don't know what that is. Taco Trump only run. Aztec already got blocked. Uh-oh. Read. They say Aztec, man, you stepped on doo-doo, bro. You stepped on doo-doo. I need to grab my Cougars hat. Washington State Cougars hat. Yeah. Chad, he does. I think Aztec wants President Trump to destroy Iran. The Trump administration announced a pause or deferral for more than $1 billion in federal Medicaid payments to California. Good. He needs to do that. He promised no new wars. Yep. We don't have any new wars. The Iran war is 47 years old. Venezuela, no war. The only war that we won is the war on crime and drugs. So, if somebody's selling drugs, contraband, if we're having drug lords, yeah, we're going to war against them. Yeah, and I don't think you guys know what the war is. Do you guys know what a war is? Okay, hold on, little Arnold. Calm down, essay, before I start cussing you out. You don't want to get on my bad side. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Max, bro, there's tons of, it's crazy. Tons of cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, weed. Man, all that shit is still going on, man. Is the border patrols, they continue to seize that. The FBI, working with ICE, they've been seizing a lot of drugs and guns from the Sinaloa cartel all the way here in Washington State. And the fight is always going to be on, man. We will always have war on terrorism. Yeah. The Iranian regime is not just some peaceful country. No, they are terrorists, and we're going to fight them. See, this is why they want to flip the script, and they want to say the United States of America is a terrorist. 700 actions of terrorism was committed by American military. Right. Of course it is. But that's exactly the difference, and I appreciate you for putting that on there. Yep. War on drugs. Yeah. Yeah, we got a long way to go, my friend. We got a long way to go. I don't think we're ever going to finish the war on drugs, for sure. So if you want to talk about new wars, well, the Iranian regime, fuck them. They're terrorists, and we should, I agree with Aztec, we should annihilate them. We should destroy them completely. Oh yeah, that's right. Heroin is also black tar. It's also some substances that are coming through the border sometimes, and I watch enough patrolling episodes that actually show them catching these people in. They can't catch everybody. Oh, here's something interesting. Now that I mentioned the border, there was a guy that made a documentary on the cartels, the drug cartels in Mexico. And I don't think it was a Sinaloa cartel. I think it was another cartel in Jalisco. I can't remember. The Mexican cartel. And the guy in the documentary, there was a guy that went in Texas, and he went in and bought some guns. He bought an AK-47, couple of handguns or whatever. And he is a resident, just so you know. He's a resident. Okay, I think gun laws need to change, and only American citizens should own guns. I'm not saying that that's going to stop everything. Americans are also corrupted. If you're dirty, you're dirty. It doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. You're dirty, you're dirty. But he goes in and he takes it apart and puts it all over his body, blah, blah, blah. See, when they go from the United States to Mexico, no problem. You just go. But when they get to the Mexican side of the border, nothing. I don't hate Mexico. I love Mexico. I love Mexico. But when they get through the border of Mexico, it's like, hey, welcome. Go on through. No x-ray machines. No canines. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any office. Hey, where are you going? What to visit here? Normally they do. But this guy, I don't know. Did somebody call in and say, hey, let this guy go? Because the guy just went right through. Right through. Nothing happened. And this is how the people, not just Americans, Mexicans, and I mean, not just Mexicans or illegals, Americans and residents are taking, this guy has about 30 people working under him, he said. And they were taking about 10,000 guns a year, American guns. And then, of course, they do some edits and whatever, right? And but they get away with it. And Mexico doesn't. They suck. Their border sucks. It seems like they just miss a lot of shit going through the United States of America. I mean, to Mexico, the United States of Mexico, and then Claudia Sheinbaum blames the United States of America for allowing all those guns to go to Mexico. And it's like, hey, listen, it goes both ways. We blame you for the drugs, but at least we're trying to stop them on our side. To our Mexican side, it looks like they're not caring about who comes in and what they bring. You know what I mean? There's a lot to say about that. But thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Yeah, pass the Save America Act, baby. Let's go. I have a little bit of hair left. Might as well show it off. I have a little bit of hair left. I would say, in my whole family, all the men, all my uncles are bald. My father wasn't, for some reason. I wish I would have inherited my father's hair. My father's hair was, he was half afro, so short, and he had a full headed hair all the way until he was old age. That's right, Tangi. I got some black in me. You just can't find it. Let's see, those Asia mayor, I forgot her name, and her black boyfriend has been indicted, and they're going to be doing 99 years in prison for racketeering, all kinds of shit. Gavin, you're next. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Is it your mom's, or I think it skips a generation? I'm not sure. Yeah, I take more. I don't have the, it's more of a rounded hairline. It's my Indian side. Oh, it's passed through. Yeah, it's my mom's side. It is on my mom's side. Most of my uncles were bald. I think all of them. Every single one that I met was bald. And then the women, they carry out the round hairline. Yeah. Well, I didn't do a live yesterday on Friday because I was busy. I know Brian texted me, but I didn't do a live because I had to go to the airport and drop off my grandfather. Billy K, where's Mitch McConnell? I don't know, man. I don't know what these people are doing, bro. But I think Mitch McConnell is done, bro. I don't understand how these people stay in power. I don't get it. It has to be at a certain point, bro. Somebody has to say, hey, we need to do this test. If you don't pass, you gotta go. There's got to be something, man. You just can't. You can't just let these people over there on oxygen, about to die, making this decision. You can't. No, you can't do that. You need somebody sharp in government. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. But it's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah, Mexico's not even 200. Yeah, actually, it is 200. It is 205 years old. No? Yeah, 205 years old. Yeah, Mexico's independence is the same as Honduras, I think, in 1821, September 15, 1821. Green substance. Billy, you switch back to your other profile that was only timed out for 30 minutes. I see you, motherfucker. Charlie, be nice. You can't hate Mexico. Mexico's beautiful, bro. There's a lot of beautiful people in Mexico, and I don't mean by looks. Beautiful people is in loving, kind, great personality, good culture, food, etc. Mexico is fantastic, bro. Mexico is fantastic. All right, back to Candace Owens. But I really wanted to. There was a video.
Pictures in the back.
I didn't get to the part that I wanted to show you.
So so I guess the disagreements now would move into the evidences that you have stated on the record, which transcend elements of reason.
Why are we having a transcendental conversation now? Because I mean, first, because your entire thing was about looking at the evidence, which never made sense to me, again, because all of the evidence that you felt to be overwhelming was hearsay. That was bizarre to me.
You told me that I could take as much time as I wanted to question you on these things.
I'm just asking you just to lay the groundwork of what you're saying is because problematic, that you decide that it trips into something else, and I do still want to hold you for going.
Nope. Let me get to the end of the video here. The commercials of the shoes.
We have a marketing department. And if you go to the complete opposite side of the building, 50, 60 people, shooters. Every day is for the right or yours.
It's almost finished.
And for those of you that are watching it, maybe a good commentary for you would be the following on if you're a Andrew fan, and you are still saying, you know what, Andrew's arguments were solid, great. Candace, great. But did anything change your mind? Did you watch and say, you know what, I had this position over here. This would be an interesting commentary to hear. And of course, for all the people that are watching, I was just whispering to them here before we wrap it up. I think whether you're a fan of Andrew or not, whether you're a fan of Candace or not, nobody can dispute the fact that these guys agreed to sit down and talk live. Others were thinking this was pre-recorded. This is not pre-recorded, just so everybody knows. This is purely live. This is a little bit scarier than pre-recorded because pre-recorded you can do edits. So whether you agree with them or not, let's make sure we respect both of them for having this sit down. And before the final thoughts, I want to make sure you guys hear that from me as well, for inviting me here as well.
Of course.
I do know one day, I think it was last week, you sent a message on one of our accounts. He said, can I talk to Patrick? We got on the call. He said, Patrick, can you moderate this? And I said, great, let's do this. And so before we wrap up, final thoughts, I'll come to you first.
Yeah, she had nothing. Just nothing. For all of her claims of Patsy, nothing. She didn't have a single claim. She didn't have a single solid piece of evidence. She had no positive evidence Israel's involved in anything. Mm-hmm. No positive evidence that France is involved in anything. No positive evidence TPUSA is involved in anything. No positive evidence that Erica Kirk is involved in anything. When I asked her about her claims about Erica Kirk, it was just funning.
It's right.
It's just funning, you know? Or, I do think that she needs to sit down and ask some questions, or answer some questions, but you know what? I don't even know if she has. Like, maybe she has. I have no idea. Yes, I'm going to have an official timeline with unconfirmed evidence. That's just fine. Hey, it's hearsay. If that's good enough for the state, it's good enough for me. But my biggest problem with the state is that they're admitting all this hearsay. It's like she's a contradiction machine. On top of all of this, the thing that I wanted to get out of this more than anything else was to just demonstrate one thing. Yes, it's true. I'm not perfect on the case. I'm not going to ever pretend that I am, and never did. But what has been made very clear to me is that there's nobody with an alternative theory that has any evidence for it at all. None. Zero. And the continuous kind of expression, we're running an investigation. What kind of investigation builds a timeline out on a receipt that they don't even confirm? What kind of investigation tries to make these bold claims that Israel's involved and France is involved and all these different players are involved and never shows any evidence? We're just asking questions. It's again, like I said in my opening, it's always intuition, my feelings, how I feel about things, how I think about things. Andrew, how many times did you hear this today? Andrew, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to think. Yeah, nobody's trying to tell you how to think. But you should rationally come to your conclusions based on evidence and facts. And the truth is that 90% of what you're saying is simply intuition based. It came to me in a dream. It's intuition. Almost none of it has any evidence at all. Just, I'm skeptical because these people over here said things, and that makes me skeptical. It's like, but no evidence. Note this to the audience, to everybody watching. You might hate my guts. That's fair enough. I get that. I'm not the most likable man. I understand that too. But there was nothing. I mean, no evidence at all that Tyler Robinson was a patsy that was ever put forward by Candace this entire debate.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you could say that we stalemated when it came to whether or not Robinson did it. She says, I found the evidence convincing. Or unconvincing. Andrew says he found the evidence convincing. Okay, fair enough. Maybe you can't do too much about that. But there was nothing. She had nothing for Robinson being a patsy. Nothing for any of her conspiracies. Not a zero, zilch. And she backed away on a bunch of them. This is the first time I think she's ever really backed away from the Twigs thing. First time I've heard her back away from the Erica thing, back away from TPUSA, being very cautious about making any of those claims now. Whereas on her show, much more likely to be making those claims. So she just had nothing the entire debate. Zero. Candace.
Well, I think that is quite a conclusion. Admitting somewhere, maybe we stalemated, it probably signifies what I've been saying from the beginning, that you didn't feel that you were strong on the...
Let's be honest. Candace Owen is the greatest grifter. She made a lot of money doing these conspiracy theories and convincing her millions of viewers of her dumb, insane accusations. No facts, no proof. And even when she said facts and proof, she says, that's my opinion. No. We always say this. You are entitled to your opinions, but not to your own facts. The facts are the facts. And the facts is that there was a lot of video altered over there. Is there a lot of things that don't add up? Sure. But we don't have any concrete evidence that any of our theories would be considered the truth. All we have is theories. She grifted and she's made a lot of money by convincing her viewers that everything that she was investigating, her anonymous source, how can we trust a source if the source is not available for us to look at? How can you ask for proof or information from the widow or TPSU, Turning Point USA? How can you ask for specific information if you're not willing to give away your anonymous source? Who is the source? Can we trust the source? For as long as you don't name the source and the source is not a credible source, your argument is invalid. It's just not true. It's not good. It doesn't work. It's not a fact and it's not truth. You got to be able to back up your point if you're going to be making a claim that you're doing all this investigative work. And number one, let me just tell you right now, the biggest grift has been made by Candace Owens. Why do I say grift? First of all, it is. Second of all, she has put all these scenarios with theories, no facts, just theories, and made the public, her fans, her following, convince them that everything she said was facts and proven. The first thing that I will say to you people is stop being gullible. Do some research. Find out and ask yourself, always ask yourself a question. If that is true, if that is factual, don't you think that they would have hired her and her anonymous source to run this trial against Tyler Robinson? The man has already agreed. He is guilty. He admitted to his father. They have digital records. They have in writing. Yeah, it's in the back. They have all of this information available saying that he's guilty. Remember Luigi, New York? the guy that killed the healthcare CEO, I think it was, or whatever. Now they're saying he's not guilty. See, you can't rely on information like that. She grifted long enough. If you are fool enough to continue to believe her lies, well, that's your choice, isn't it? And you can choose to have those fake facts as actual facts. But that's not going to tell you the truth. An investigation doesn't go public until it's conclusive. Do you understand? She is grifting by making this timeline investigation public and changing things as she sees fit. Because they're not facts, they're not truth, they're just opinions and ideas that she has. No investigators make their investigations public until it's concrete evidence that this is the absolute truth. She's smart. She was able to milk this grift for a very long time. And probably, with out of all the million people that are not listening to me right now, she will probably continue to grift these people. And she will continue to make money on lies upon lies upon lies. Because, let's be honest, not many people like to hear the truth. They like to be intrigued. They like to get their ears tickled, so to speak. They don't want to hear the truth because they can't handle the truth. They'd rather believe theories and lies over facts and truths. I can tell you, I think, this is my opinion, but I can't say without a doubt, I can say with full convictions, unless I have facts. That's why when I talk about immigration, you can't beat me. When I talk about socialism and communism, they can't beat me. Been there, done that, lived it, seen it, learned it. I pay attention. Not the smartest tool in the shed. I get it. So, nobody. But I am nobody's bitch. And that pisses me off. I believe in having talks with children, with your kids. Just remember this. You're not their friend. You're their parent. I was having breakfast yesterday in Seattle when I went to drop off my grandpa at the airport. We went to this area by the airport. It's called Burien. And as we go into this restaurant, it's old. Not well maintained. Looks ghetto, to be honest. And I went inside and I sat down at the table. And my wife is talking with her mom. And I'm looking at people. I was staring at some kid, like some pervert. I'll explain. Staring at this kid in front of me with some black painted nails. It's probably like 10 years old. And then I'm looking around at the table and I see there's some black folks there. And I see some Polynesian people, some white people, and all kinds of different ethnicities and backgrounds. And I'm watching them eating here. And I'm like, this place is falling apart. I mean, I didn't even want to go to the bathroom. And, you know, and I'm looking around and I'm like, you know, this looks like a third world country's restaurant. And even third world country restaurants have a lot better restaurants than this one. Parking lot was dirty, garbage everywhere, graffiti everywhere. It's horrible. But I'm observing everybody. I know this is what scientists do too. But I'm observing everybody. Their behaviors. Their content with where they're sitting. The decorations, the tables, the worn out furniture, etc. And I think no wonder Seattle, Washington doesn't prosper. The people that live here, they're just content. It doesn't matter if it's garbage. It doesn't matter if it's ghetto. It doesn't matter if it looks bad. They are content. And they are happy to live that way. What the hell? Switching lanes when you're getting out of the ferry? Crazy ass. Stay in your lane. And I noticed that the way people think is what makes your city and state strong. I notice a lot of Muslim people, some from India, some from Ethiopia, some from Somalia. You know, you can tell these people because the features are pretty similar to where they're from. And what's crazy to me is like, I don't care. But the way that their educational level is, they're not professional. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that customer service, the American niceness customer service. It's third world country customer service. It is what it is. And only somebody who is used to go into a place where it's clean, it's organized, healthy, you see what I'm saying, will notice the difference between this and that. I can tell you this. I've gone to Mexican restaurants in Mexico. Fantastic. Beautiful. I go to Honduran restaurants. Beautiful. Third world country. Honduras. Third world country. The restaurant's nice. Pizza Hut. It's a nice restaurant in Honduras. Oh, food tastes good. Pizza tastes good. They still have the food bar. You know what I mean? They got the salad bar. They got all those things. In a third world country. Clean parking lots. But the kind of people that inhabit here, Seattle, it's just like the ghetto, like the neighborhoods, right? Like the communities. You go to the suburbs. Some black people have the option to be able to live with other white people. Why is it that the black-filled communities are ghetto? The Hispanic-filled communities are ghetto. Why is that? Yes, we do have trailer parks for white people. But the point is that it's not really the ethnicity of the person. It's their mentality. A lot of black people want to act ghetto so that they can feel black. A lot of Hispanics, especially from Central America, they want to act ghetto so that they can feel Hispanic from Central America, Salvadorians, Hondurans, etc. That is the mentality of the people. If you want to do something good, you do it. If you want to live a nice life, you do it. If you want to live this way, you do it. It is a mentality. All right, getting ready to board. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to analyze everything. And we're not always going to be right. We're not always going to be right about everything. But we sure as hell are going to try to make sense of our life. We're going to hold ourselves accountable for what happens. So, with that being said, I talk about Seattle because there is a lot of great structures. I look at the freeways. Yes, there's a lot of graffiti everywhere, but I look at the highways, I look at the freeways, I look at the buildings, and it's like, you know, these Democrats, even though they're retarded, some of them are doing a good job. Some stuff is happening. Good things are happening. I don't know why it's... Oh, shit. I gotta put my seatbelt on. Fucking cars. I'm telling you, technology. I can't go forward unless I have my seatbelt on. I've been sitting here for so long, I forgot about it. But anyway, I tell you all this stuff because there's a lot of good things that we have here in Seattle, Washington. And we do have a lot of great people. Unfortunately, a lot of great people are leaving Washington State. That's very unfortunate. But, you know, we're hoping to make a change. I'm going on the ferry, so I don't know if I'm going to lose my reception here. Anyways, you guys want to go, change conversation. Forget about Seattle. There's a lot of good and bad things here and everywhere, I think. But hopefully we can make a change when if we get in office. Trying to bring people together and see what happens.
That makes sense.
You guys want to look outside? I gotta get my jacket on though, because it's gonna be cold. Way too high. I agree. Of course. Got to get my Cougar hat on. Oh, yeah. And got to get my jacket. All right, it's going to get windy. I'll put you down, hold on. Hopefully the reception is okay, guys. Let me show you guys around here. So down that way, Whidbey Island, and we're gonna go, where is it? All the way over there.
You think she'll be able to squeeze in here?
Need another bike? Oh, that's too small. Yeah, I'm a seaman now. Going back to the roots, brother. All right, let's go upstairs so we can give these people more room. Excuse me, bud.
What's that?
I say, excuse me. Whew, it's chilly today. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees at some point. I think 78 maybe. All right, if I lose my reception here, you guys know why. But I'm gonna go upstairs for a little bit. Just to the... second floor of the ferry. All right. Hopefully the reception's good, guys. How's the reception? I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got some friends down there talking to me. All right, this is the Edmund Ferry. This is going to the Kingston. We call this the Kingston Ferry. In Kingston town. You guys are jamming over there, huh? Hey, look at that. We got 100 likes with a very poor viewership. All right, let's go one more. Let's go one more up. Why not? Spokane. That is the name of the ferry. Right in the middle, boys. That's me. That's me, by the way. That's me. That's not the boat. Let me show you a little bit of Edmonds over here. If you don't know where Edmonds is. Trying to block the wind from the phone. I want to know how they got those stickers on those things. Look at that. That's the Edmonds Marina. And we're going to go all the way over there. Let's see if I can go bigger or closer. That's where the other ferry is. That's where we're going. Yeah, we're not going to embarrass ourselves like that, bro. If there was $100 super chat, I would yell it out loud. That's how I work. That's how I work. Here's the sad news. Well, maybe in the island over there, I can probably buy another one. I'm down to my last cigar. Last cigar. I need to get one of the big ass cigars. The ones that I have are too small. Oh, I remember, madam. Oh yeah. Such a great time. We had such a gay ass time. Here, salty. No, I can't do it. I can only scream that for $100 super chat. No diggity, no doubt. That's not 100, bro. Bro, $100 super chat, I will yell it out how gay I am. I am the gay of the world. That's what I would yell. That's what I would yell. Yeah, guys. Why would any of you give this clown any money? The guy kicks everyone out. This guy is like Fidel Castro. You know what? Maybe for $1,000 super chat, I will jump off this ship right now. $1,000, not $10, Brian. Put the hood on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fidel Castro has the. Yeah, he had that beer going on for sure. And Dositos putting people in timeout. Oh yeah, the vet for democracy, bro. He doesn't appreciate gay man. That's why he hates me. He doesn't like me being gay. Nah, Fidel Castro just had a bunch of American traitors and spies that helped him stay alive. We would have took him out back in 1961. Yeah, man. Well, look who's protecting the communist government right now in Cuba. Democrats. It's just what they do. It's cold out here, man. It's supposed to be 78 degrees today. What the hell happened? Yeah, LA Mayor Karen Basura loves Castro. And so does the crazy ass black lady. What's her name? Something Waters. Maxine Waters. That's her name. Yeah. She supported the communists in Cuba. Right? They're supposed to care about the people, but they don't want to free the people. You can lie to some people all the time, but you can't lie to all the people all the time. Something like that. Right? You never know, man. I scared the shit out of me. Hey, Cotton, you gotta tell us what you're doing. All right, we're moving. That's why. We're moving. Man, the horn is right above my ear, bro. That scared the shit out of me, bro. I think a drop of pee came out. It's cold too, bro. It's cold. Yeah, don't insult us, Trump. You'll be fine. Hey, Sticks, this whole beginning, about 2 hours of this live, was dedicated to you. It was all about Candace Owens. It's all about Candace Owens. You're going to have to rewind this live if you want to hear all the shit that we talked about her. We have agreed that she is a psycho. She's lost her way. I'm trying to block the wind as much as I can, guys. Hopefully it's okay. Bro, I don't know. I had to go to the bathroom and check and see. It feels a little moist back there. Look at this boat, man. There's a ferry going on, and this little boat just going right in front of it. Yeah, they're censoring our cuss words. Kurt. Yeah, Candace Owens, she's a great debater. I agree. She's very smart, man. She's just wrong about Charlie Kirk. That's all I'm saying. Oh my god, look at this kid, man. It was already a little bit windy, plus the speed of the ferry. Gay is happy, sweetheart. That's why I keep saying I'm gay. Yeah, this is Cuba. The Dennis Herrera channel here is it's Cuba. Dictatorship. Gay still doesn't mean homosexual. Oh yeah, Gulf of America. Bro, my eyes are so watery, bro. It's fucking cold. Make gay great again. Alright, that's enough action for me. That's enough action for me. Time to go inside and get into the warm. You know, it only feels cold and windy at the very front. No wind hitting my face. It's getting pretty warm. Oh, I didn't know there's elevators over here. Interesting. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta check to see if I shit myself. I want to see if I get rid of one of the lip tarts. one of those lip turds almost came out. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh, it smells like coffee down here. Oh, there you go. I have to wait till I get to my location because we're gonna make some breakfast when we get there. Hey, but there's a little sort of food. We'll wait till we get there.
Oh, okay. So go ahead, let's sit down the car. They're like, here's your bed at home. I'm like,
Emergency evacuation. Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to my warm car. Oh man, I was gonna take you with me to the bathroom, but that wouldn't be so nice for you guys. Ugh. Woo! Oh man. I didn't go. I didn't go to the bathroom. Man, my eyes are so watery out there, man. It's that cold wind that hits your face. What's somebody talking about trans? What's going on here? Homophobes. Oh, homophobes. My bad. I thought it was homophobes. No, there's no such thing as homophobia. We don't care about that. What we care is that you don't care about our values. You think only you matter, but everybody matters. That's the problem. You should stay in the closet. Yeah, you should just stay in the closet. Hey, Dark, how are you? Man, that's how you say hi, man. I wish everybody say hi like that. I wish everybody say hi like that, right? Imagine in a perfect world. Washington State Cougars, baby. Yeah, we don't care what they do. Yeah, that's true. We don't care. We really don't care. I don't know if you guys do this, but yeah, that's better. I don't know. I've always done it like this. I always make the curve. I don't like that flat hat thing that some people like. I've always done that, and sometimes I do it even smaller. Yeah. Donald Trump is the most corrupt president ever. Prove it. Prove it. Mr. Mikey, how are you? How are you, brother? Thank you, Pryor. I think it's the American way. It's the American way. Yeah, I don't know, Tangy. I don't think I will go that far. That's give him a little bit too much credit. Give him a little too much credit. Yes, sir. Good to see you as well, my friend. Donald Trump is the only president we've had that would make me consider supporting a repeal of the 22nd Amendment. Yeah. Whatever happened to the debt? Tell me how we got here. How do we get to that debt? No, system is not racist. We always care about the debt. It is you guys on the left that don't care about the debt. If you think the whole system is racist, I think you're racist. Blaming Joe Biden? No, a lot of presidents didn't do what President Trump has done. So here, let me just give you a little bit. George Bush, Bill Clinton, Obama, and Biden have added to the debt of this country. Let me explain. See, President Trump has also added to the debt. But here's one thing that only Trump has done. The only president who has done it the right way. Because other presidents have done this as well, but not the right way. You see, every year we were losing hundreds of billions of dollars. And of course, we got to use our military. We still got to spend money. We also have a lot of illegal immigrants, millions of them, taking advantage of our system. We have almost $5 trillion a year that we spend on socialist programs. It's not really socialist, but on social programs. You're with me so far? Almost $5 trillion on social programs. Let that marinate there for a little bit. With that being said, when President Trump came into office, and he will agree, no experience, he had to learn. He's a better president today because of all the shit that they did to him on the first one. He's a fighter, he's a survivor. He's gonna make some decisions based on the experience that he has acquired. Check this out. When Trump came in office, we actually started making some money. Instead of losing hundreds of billions of dollars from previous presidents, we were losing hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't give a shit what you think. China was making a lot of money. And other countries. During Biden's administration, the only reason why we were not losing so much money was because Biden kept some of the tariffs that President Trump put in place. President Trump comes in. Again, every president adds to the debt, but social programs are by far the most expensive things that we have in our country. And as I explained earlier, since you weren't here, when we have a budget and we decide to start making everything free for everybody, cause and effect. We advertise free for everybody to the world. So what does that do? It tells the world, come here illegally, because even illegals get free stuff, according to the Democrats. Cause and effect. So that's why our debt continues to grow even more and more and more every year. It's not just the war. It's not just the precision strikes. It's not just the attacks. It's not just the law enforcement. Illegal immigrants cost us hundreds of billions of dollars. Period. Cause and effect. You tell illegal immigrants they can get free stuff. What do you think they're going to do? Leave? No. Quite the opposite. Prove it. Prove that I'm full of shit. Prove to me that social programs have not taken more and more and more money out of our economy. Go Google it. Go search it. Go do some fact checking. $4.5 trillion in social programs. Go check it out. Don't take my word for it. Go check it out. Yes, Social Security is one of them. But I'm okay with that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be for our retirement. Which, by the way, thanks to illegal immigrants and the way things are going, who knows? I might not even have a retirement money. So again, imagine this. Imagine, what is the incentive that you're giving people and to the world? You're telling everybody in the world, hey, listen, come here illegally. We'll give you free food. We'll give you housing, free health care. You can have free education. Your kids can go to school in the United States of America, take advantage of our food and all the social programs that we have in here. Tell me, what is going to be deterring these illegal immigrants from continuing to come to this country illegally? They're just depleting our supplies. Just because we have a lot of it right now doesn't mean that we're going to allow the world to come and deplete our supplies. And you know, I wish that I hadn't seen everything that I have seen in the last 10 years. Illegal immigrants burning shit down, riots, Haitians raping, murdering, low IQ Somalis, Somali pirates, fraud, scam, abuse of the system. Was that dark? Thanks for the super, bro. I am 55 and wonder if Social Security will still be around when it's time for me to retire. Well, my recommendation for you, my friend, will be to retire at 62. You will get less benefits, maybe a couple of hundred less, but you will be able to get some in the next 7 years. Oh, even that's questionable. I hope that you can get some, brother. I'm 50, so I got to wait 12 years or 17 years in order for me to even think about getting any sort of Social Security. Who knows? The best thing to do is invest. See, I'm hoping, I'm making all these sacrifices right now to build something that will continue to gather funds to make sure that I'm taken care of when I'm old and retired, and also that my family will still be taken care of as well. Yeah, I wish ICE was on this ferry right now. I tell you that right now. I wish they were on this ferry. But anywho, the incentive is not what you want to give the world. You want to give the world a deterrent. Here's an incentive. Come to our country legally. Respect our laws. Don't come to our country unless you love our country. You can come and visit, enjoy the Disney, enjoy the attractions, enjoy the hikes, enjoy the mountains, the lakes, the ocean. Come and enjoy all those things. But if you don't love it, go back home. Don't stay here and hate our country. This is our country. Disrespectful. But if you do decide to respect the law and be part of the United States of America, you will benefit from that decision. But you got to earn it. You got to earn it. There's nothing wrong with Americans on welfare. If it's needed, it's needed. Nothing wrong with it. But at least we know that the benefits that we have are for American citizens. The poor relievers. Oh, Visan, you don't know the United States of America. That's not a lie. Don't call me a liar unless you have proof. Americans they do qualify. You have to qualify. You can't just get it. You got to qualify. See, Americans also have to follow the rules. So should you. If the American people are being forced or told to follow the rules, to follow the law, why should illegal immigrants get away with it? Right? That is the question. Thank you, Dark. I was just up in your area a couple of days ago. I was in Burien. Ah, man, I wish I would have known, Dark. Burien is about maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So I'm laughing at there's an old lady on a little scooter. It's from the bikes outside. I know I should have turned around a long time ago. Let me air out. all the fumes from the bikes got inside my car. My wife is over here like, ooh. Yeah, just breathe it in, babe. Just take it in. It's not the AC. I need it because the windows are going to be closed. I don't want all the noise. Yep. Yeah. We're going to be sort of camping here where we're going with the wifey. And my friends. My good friend Graham and his wife. Here, I'll show you the way so you guys can see here. This is Kingston. In Kingston town, the place I love to be. If I had all the world, I would give it away just to see the girls that play. Yes. Yes, ma'am. All right, here. Put the address. Remember the address for the. I mean, by now I should memorize, but I want to make sure. Can you put the address in?
What address?
To the cabin. You can do it on this one right here. Text Graham and tell him to send it to that phone. He sent it to this phone, but I'm doing my live on it. So, all right, guys. If the reception gets bad, let me know, and then I'll just end my live because I will lose reception over here. You want to stop to the gas stations here or the one over there that we always stop at?
Huh?
You want to stop at the gas station
The
over
one
there?
we always stop by.
All right. Oh, it's beautiful here, man. I love it here. This is going to Seebeck by the Hood Canal in Washington State. Oh, watch out, watch out. Graham is in the house. Graham, the American patriot for the young generation. Yeah, you're in travel is crazier than I am. No, it's a different Graham. It's from YouTube channel. Precious, awesome to see and hear you. The phone is facing that way. It's not facing towards you. My wife doesn't like to be on my lives. Understandable. I don't want people picking on my wife. When you say Graham, do you mean Euro and travel? Well, my friend Graham is also Graham, but it's not Graham from Euro and travel. My friend here, we call him G Money. G Money. I'm gonna call him G Money, so that way you guys know. Yeah, my friend G Money, the family owns this little cabin at the Hood Canal in Washington State. So we're gonna go spend the night over there. When we get there, we gotta stop at a gas station. The wife says we gotta get some ice and a couple of things, and spending the night. But then we're gonna have some chicken for lunch. Well, actually, it's already almost lunchtime. Chicken for lunch, ribs for dinner, and tomorrow we'll get some bacon, some sausages that we grab. What was that? Pineapple something?
No clue.
Some sausage that I really like from Costco. I just know it's pineapple. That sells me right there. Pineapple sausage. That sells me. Some sausage, some eggs. I think that will be perfect for breakfast. And we just chill, man. You know, I'll probably grab a little 6-pack. Just a couple of beers just for me and him. I think it's straight, right, man? Did you get the address yet?
No. I texted Jen.
I mean, we can always drive forever, but we're gonna end up at the Navy place. We're gonna end up at the Navy base again. Oh, this is good. I asked because someone mentioned Euro and travel, and I am a mod on his channel. Yeah, he's in here, bro. I think he said hi to you, Dark. Yeah, so the people in the chat are talking about Euro and travel Graham. But my friend is also here, that lives here in Washington with me. His name is also Graham. So now I'm going to call my friend G Money, so you guys know that I'm talking about my friend here in Washington State. Yeah, the Graham from Euro and Travel, he's all the way on the other side of the country in Florida. By the way, Graham from Euro and Travel, if you're still here, let me know what city you live in, and I'll let you know if it's possible, obviously. If it's possible, I'm going to go help my brother here pretty soon, and I'm going to be heading down to Florida. So if you can send me that message through Discord, even though I don't use it, send me a message through Discord and let me know what city you're in. If it's close enough, man, I'll we'll find a way. Maybe I'll stop by. We can meet, go out for a coffee or something, and who knows? Maybe we'll go live together. You know what I'm saying? I know, man. I wish I can have people just guest on my channel, but I'm not that far yet on my YouTube knowledge. All right, you guys, let me know if the reception goes bad, okay? I still haven't got the address, but
I still haven't got it too. They're probably busy. Or they're probably busy taking the cleaning.
yeah, that's true. Record lowest numbers ever from the Democrats.
What's up, Nora?
Jen, can you send me the address, please?
Okay.
Tell her, Graham sent it to me, but I'm doing it live on that phone, so just send it to Doris.
Is that the gas station?
No.
What?
What? G Money. I said I'm doing a live on my phone, so I need you to send it to Dora's phone.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, brother. See, that was my G Money gram. You know, it's funny. They always say, oh, you know, the polls show this, the polls show that, and I'm like, I've never been polled, and I support Trump. I'm supporting Republicans because Republicans right now are the only ones acting American. Paul Salsi in the house. He is the libtards and the trannies doghound. He knows when they're on the chat. Yeah, Democrats, they're winning on the elections. They keep beating other Democrats. Oh, man. Yeah, if it's not... Thank you, Dark. Appreciate your support, brother. If it's not still here, I will pass in the message. Absolutely. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Oh, man, look at all the cars coming from there. That's the long line for the ferry. Did they send it yet? Text her and say, send it to this number so you can still use your phone. Tell her to send it to the 425.
It's okay, send it here.
You sure? Yeah, remember the last time the polls and all these approval ratings and this and that, they were saying that Kamala Harris was going to win the election. Well, they were wrong, weren't they? Yep. They said it was going to be a blue tsunami. Turned out to be a little turd splash. All the Democrats got was the Poseidon kiss. Democrats were waiting for the tsunami, the blue tsunami, and they ended up just getting the Poseidon kiss. Who knows? Who knows what a Poseidon kiss is? If you know what a Poseidon kiss is, put it on the chat. Yeah, 3 miles. Got it. I kind of remember a little bit. I still need the help. It's about 67 degrees outside. Gas, regular gas is at $4.96 up here, and the diesel is $5.95. Most of the trees that you're going to find here in Washington State are going to be pine trees.
Duh.
No, not duh. There's other trees. It's because of cool temperature that pine trees grow. And I think they go up to, I don't know, 180 feet. Something like that. 160, 180 feet. I didn't bring my drone to play with, but it's okay. Yeah, the Douglas fir is the one that you'll see the most. That's the pine tree that has that little bent tip. What the hell are you doing? wrapped around.
Start.
Oh boy. Made me mess up over here.
Continue for 2 miles.
All right, take a right on 305. Got it. The Poseidon kiss. I love that. I love that. The Poseidon kiss. they might, the Democrats might get another Poseidon kiss on this one. On the midterms. I'm going to lose my reception here, guys, so might be coming to an end. Got like 1 or 2 bars right now. Remember, people, we want only American citizens voting in our elections. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you all. Yeah, reception sucks. Thank you, Dark. Appreciate you, brother. Glad you're on my side as well.
At the next light, turn right.
Copy that. You know, I don't know why people are against making sure that only Americans vote. I mean, this way the Democrats would trust that Republicans didn't steal the election.
Right onto Washington 305 North.
And then the Republicans will prove that Democrats didn't steal the election either. It only makes sense to me. I didn't know until now that they're asking for the Save America Act. I didn't know that people can vote without ID. Because every time I voted, I always showed ID. That's crazy, right?
In half a mile, turn right onto the ramp to Washington 3 South.
Reception's barely hanging in there, huh? Yeah, the roundabout. Okay, got it. This got to take us to the freeway. Well, highway, not freeway. Highway. You know what's crazy is that here in Washington State, I can understand because there, we've had some good Democrat candidates. The good Democrat candidates that we had, from decades ago, they were for taking care of Washingtonians, securing the border, keeping the budget, have proven to do good things. But the Democrats today, that's the difference. The Democrats today, they're not the Democrats that we know. That is the problem. That is the problem. If you say, well, Democrats created this great economy, okay, maybe you might have a point.
Washington 3 South.
The problem is, Democrats today, they're not those Democrats. You can't live in this world with a legacy from somebody else's. You got to make a new legacy and continue to live that legacy. And unfortunately, the legacy that the Democrats have created today is a shitty one. That, my friends, is what you got to pay attention. If you keep saying, let's vote Democrats, you're a retarded person. If you're saying, let's vote Democrats, you are retarded. Because you don't want to vote for Democrats. You want to vote for the good person to represent our country, to represent your city, to represent your county, to represent your state. That's what you got to look into. That's what you got to look at. Right now, we're voting Republicans. Why? Well, because they are the ones representing the American citizens. If they didn't, we wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't vote for Republicans if they didn't. But they are the only ones doing it. So you got to get credit where credit's due. You know what I'm saying? You know what, Carrie? I can't read the comments, but Carrie, you make a good point. And it's very unfortunate. And you know, I will give you the smallest things, but the biggest proof. The Democrats that are getting paid to agitate, to protest, they just do it as a job. They don't care that they are betraying their people. They don't care they're destroying the country as long as they make their money. I heard they were paying some influencers like $8,000 a month. And they come around and say, I'm getting paid $8,000 a month from Republicans, which we know is not true. But there's a lot of people out there that have, like, you know, 3,000 people watching, and their chat is less active than mine with 50 people. That's crazy, right? You know, PBD has sometimes 20, 30,000 people watching at one time, and you see the chat just moves up, you know, fast. It's like you almost have like no real way to moderate the chat because it's going so fast. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, of course, I wish. Listen, the time that I'm going to see a constant 1,000 people all my life, I think might happen until I get like to 100,000 subscribers. I don't think YouTube opens the floodgates, you know what I mean? To just allow 20,000 people on my show, that's not going to happen. If I get to like 1,400, 2,000, it's already pushing it to the max level of how many people can be on my chat. $83,000 people yesterday. Well, that's because you have millions of viewers, subs and viewers from Mr. Wilson, from Andrew Wilson, and then you got how many millions does Candace Owens has? You have that, and then PBD has, you know, millions as well. So just imagine, you know, even a small 10% of their subscribers tuning in to watch this debate. Yeah, 30,000 will be nothing, I guess. So in 15 hours, like by the time I watched it, at 15 hours, they already had like 1.3 million, views already. So I think that this podcast, the debate between Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson, is going to have even more. Like right now, the video is viral. It's over 1 million. Over 1 million views, you're viral. It'll be nice if we get there one day. I think the most that I had was about 500,000 views. And this was something during a hot moment where, you know, President Trump is hot. And I had like 260,000 views, and then I lost my connection and I started over, and I ended up with like another 200 something thousand views on my live. So yeah, you know.
In half a mile, take the Trigger Avenue exit.
I'm going to be losing my signal here pretty soon, guys. All right, I'll take the next right. Thank you. You won't believe the name of this avenue, guys. You guys ready? The name of this avenue is called Trigger.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Trigger Avenue.
Dennis be triggering people.
Turn right onto Trigger Avenue.
Yes, we got you. We got you. Blue Balls Avenue. I like it. Oh, just ball. Blue Ball Avenue. Yeah, that might not be the same. All right, half a mile, take a left. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of blue skies now. Yeah, all this morning thing is probably going to be all burned out by 2 p.m. today. But we also have the smoke from the fires. So if it clears out all the way, I'd be surprised.
At the light, turn left onto Old Frontier Road Northwest.
That's the naval base entry right there. Hey, thank you guys for dropping those super chats on there. I appreciate it, man. Dark, thank you for that. Brian, thank you.
What's up, Brother Brian?
Anybody else that I missed out, thank you guys for the super chats.
In half a mile, turn right onto
Appreciate
Northwest
you.
Westgate Road.
We're going between two and 3 bars, guys. 2 and 3 bars of signal. You know what's funny is, you heard that, right, Brian? My wife say hi. A lot of people, they always talk about on the left, right? When they try to come and preach at us, they always say money is the root of all evil and rich people are not going to heaven. Blah blah blah.
Westgate Road.
I will probably, if I remember, I'm gonna go ahead and share. I'll probably make a short. What? I just missed my turn. Shoot. Oh, there's another one. But it's almost at 2.6 miles.
Does she miss the turn?
Oh, but you know what? Maybe we want to go that way.
And where's the gas station?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll go this way. We'll see where it takes us. Just 2 miles. Worst thing that you can have on a road trip is a backseat driver wife. The pain and suffering that I have to deal with in my life. I know, man. I know. Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is that they come and try to preach at us that the rich are not going to heaven, and yet they do everything to get the rich man's money. You know what I'm saying? The left, this is the right way. I don't know what the hell it was sending me that way for. The left complains so much about the millionaires and the billionaires and say they're too rich. The rich man is not going to heaven. Money, the root of all evil. And yet, that's what they want to take away from the rich man. Don't you find that interesting? I find that very interesting.
It's the gas station.
You think every gas station is the gas station? No, it's not. But don't worry, there's a place that you can actually go and buy more stuff. Remember when we bought the coolers and the ice? Did you go with me, or is that just by myself?
I don't know.
That's probably just by myself. People are having a heart attack. They're having a heart attack. They think I'm not watching the road. Hey, just because I missed one turn doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention. Because I'm talking a lot, I didn't hear the instruction. There's train tracks over here. It's probably just local. I just find it interesting that they try to get us with that, like, oh, money. Nobody should have so much money, but that's all they fight for, money. So tell me, who is more guilty?
Next light, turn right.
Next light, right. Who is guilty? The rich man who has worked their ass off to get that money, invested, or the person that just wants to take it away from them because they're jealous and they're envious that the rich have the money and they don't. You know, if it was gold, I get it.
At the light, turn right on
But it's
Northwest
money.
Newberry Hill Road.
Anybody can make the money. Can't answer the phone. All right, all right, all right. Oh, they're defending you. No, every backseat driver is horrible. Trust me, I do it all the time myself, so I know. It's always hard to allow somebody to drive without saying nothing. And that is a sin. To envy other people's property or wives or spouses. To envy somebody, that's sin. You know what's crazy is, you know, I can be poor and you can be rich and I'm still excited for you. I'm still happy for your prosperity. I'm still happy that you have the things that you want. And even if I want them, I am still happy that you are getting the blessings that you deserve for your hard work. You think that I don't want to be rich? Yeah, sure. Sure, maybe one day I will be. And I'm gonna tell you, if I was rich, I would be able to help a lot of people. Not enable, help a lot of people. You guys see the little sun breaks now? A little bit of blue skies. It's a shitty ass reception, but you can still kind of see. I just think that there is a lot of people. Look. If I was rich, if I was a billionaire, there's a lot of people out there that are working their ass off, like they really are working their ass off, and they just need that little oomph, that little break. You know what I'm saying? Clear the debt, pay all the bills for a couple of months, pay off a house, fix a roof. You see what I'm saying? But because they're working their ass off. And then you have those who are old, unable to do things, like you see these guys doing the yard, right? They go and help people that can't help themselves. And so, and they go out there and help people that are working, but they don't have time to go and do all this stuff, or, you know, they're physically impaired to do all that work. And those people need help. But somebody who is body able to work, young, get your ass to work. You can still be blessed, but you got to be working. There's so many places where I drive by and this and that, and I'm just like, man, I wish I could do something for these people. I wish I could do something for this person. You know what I mean?
At the next stop sign, turn left.
That's the gas station.
No, the gas
At the
station's on
stop
the right.
sign, turn left onto Seebeck Highway Northwest.
We can go to that one if you want. Just let me know. But the gas station that we normally go and grab the snacks or whatever, it's always on the right hand side. Just reply to us, I guess. Well, the thing that they do, Mike, if they take all that money from the rich, they're going to do the same thing that they're doing right now. They're just going to waste it. They're just going to waste it. I try to teach people, when you're keeping a budget, just because you see the money in your hand doesn't mean that you can go and buy and spend it everywhere. You got to manage. You got to, you know, cut things that you want to get and just wait. It's not going to kill you to wait longer. Those things are not life. You know, I see people that, you know, it doesn't matter how much money they make, they still broke. And they always say, oh, if I had an extra $500 a month, I would make it. And they get $500 a month and they just spend it on something new. If I just had $1,000 more a month, I will be doing great. And all they do is spend it on something else. It's never enough. It's just, it is what it is. You said, if we can make $8,000 a month, we will be set up. We will be saving so much money. And guess what? You're fucking broke. You're still fucking broke, in debt. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't learn to manage a budget and stick by it, you're just going to burn through it. It's a fact. I'm telling you, billionaires probably don't even feel this way, because if you're a billionaire, you're already set for life. You really have almost unlimited amounts of money that you can spend. There's no way you can spend so much money.
Traffic circle. Take the first exit. About. Continue on Northwest Valley Road.
Like a lot of reception. Man, the message was getting so good. Ah, man, the image froze on my phone. I can't hear it.
But the amounts of money that you can spend. There's
Yeah.
no way you can spend so much money.
Traffic circle.
Let me see if I get some sort of reception, some sort of reception here, and then we can close so that way I don't keep them giving them this shit. All right, is it this one right here?
Because
Yeah, that's it, right there, the shell.
that's the one.
No, it looks like it. It looks like it.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, that's not. That's not. No, that's not that. But it's coming. It's coming ahead because I've seen this one before.
Not that one.
No. You'll see when we get there. You'll see it. It is a gas station. Yeah, it's sad. All right, guys. I'm going to take advantage that there's 2 bars here. We'll go ahead and finish the live right now. If you guys are hearing this right now, thank you so much, guys, for your support. If you want to continue to support me, you can go to my PayPal. You guys can send money through PayPal in there if you want. We'll appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. If I can find a place later with good enough reception, I'll go live and go ahead and talk with you guys again, all right? All right, you all be blessed. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
Pause it.
So if I